And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, we're back. The orange man's back. They're mad. They're upset. They're triggered. They're butthurt. They're falling to pieces. But guess what? Hey, guess what? They can't do nothing about it. They can't do the first thing about it. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we have female bishops since when? Since when was that a thing? Who gave female bishops the green light? And who gave these female bishops the green light to attack presidents during a church service? What part of the game is that? Hey, go to this church and the pastor is going to insult you. Like, we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. And there's some rumors swirling, only rumors. Barack Obama, I don't know where Big Mike was at, missing not once but twice. Unless Big Mike is really sick, for real, there is no excuse for her not to be there. You don't like Trump. You don't like the whole situation. You don't like DC. Well, so what? Guess what? That's your husband. You're the wife. He's the president. You need to go with your husband. Slit Willie got caught in the room with the lady, and Hillary was still right by his side. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And again, thank y'all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Excuse me. I got a little bit of dust right there in my esophagus, but shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining. Let me get a swig of that water. That might have been a little punishment from the big man for calling Michelle Big Mike. It's like, man, you can't be doing that. But look, to me, that's the funniest nickname in politics, Big Mike. And you know what? The reason why I said it is because she has disrespected her husband by not coming to the inauguration. Look, everybody was there. Everybody. You got Slit Willie, Hillary Clinton, George W., Laura Bush. You got everybody there. All the living presidents and their wives right there at the inauguration. Except for who? Big Mike. Why? Are they getting a divorce? What's going on? I'm also hearing about Kamala blaming Doug for losing, allegedly, according to Daily Mail. Listen, if that's true, how you going to blame Doug? How you going to blame Doug? I mean, what's Doug got to do with it? Oh, because he beat the lady up, allegedly, and got the nanny pregnant? Okay, what that got to do with it? You still are not really a good candidate, Kamala. Have you forgotten about your own past? Have you forgotten about you were trying to prosecute Michael Jackson in California before he died? Have you forgotten about that? But you their attorney general? You tried to get Michael Jackson locked up? Have you forgotten about locking those black parents up because their kids were truant? Have you forgotten about that? Did you forget about what you did to get to where you are today? Did you forget that you can barely read? Did you forget that you got about 5 words in your vocabulary and you don't know what those words mean? Did you forget that you're a moron, a DEI hire, an affirmative action hire? Did you forget about that, Kamala? Because if the whole thing about blaming Doug is true, then I'm like, okay, well, I think there might have been a few more things that happened that put you in a situation to begin with. I'm just saying, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But we got a whole lot going on. Hey, and you know, before I start, I want to say welcome back. We're back. We made it back. Hold on. A round of applause for ourselves, for us. A round of applause for us because we made it. We here. We went through all the adversity, all the other games, the gaslighting, the manipulation. Some of us got locked up, political prisoners, and shout out to Trump for freeing 1,500 J6 political prisoners. I know we still got quite a few more that need to get freed. There's still some stuff going on, some weird stuff going on, but we're going to make all that stuff happen. We're going to get everybody out of prison, jail, penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks, whatever they're doing. If they don't deserve to be there, we're going to get them out. I saw they already freed Baked Alaska, Enrique Tarrio, Beverly Williams. They freed quite a few people. Now, Bevelin got locked up for some stuff that happened outside of an abortion clinic. Like she was just kind of blocking the interest or something like this. But Enrique and who else? Baked Alaska, a lot of these people just happened to be wrong place, wrong time. With Enrique, you know what happened to Enrique Tarrio, leader of the Proud Boys? He was freed by Trump's pardon. However, when he got locked up, he was locked up the day before J6 happened. The day before J6 happened, they picked him up. The feds got him. Why? Because they knew J6 would happen. Because the feds were there. I mean, that's not even really a revelation. When I say some things, you guys are like, yeah, ABL, we know that. But to a lot of these normies, mouth breathers, they don't know nothing. They'd be like, for real? There were feds there? Yes, obviously, there were feds there. How are you going to pick up a guy before J6 happens, the day before it happens, not even the day of, the day before it happens, and then say, oh, we didn't see it coming? Come on, man. You wanted to get your asset out of there, and then you threw him under the bus when J6 became political. So then they came to Trump to free him. Y'all manipulated him, used him, threw him away, and other people you just locked up because it's politically expedient to do so. Now we're going to free the political prisoners. And I saw it coming when they freed Bannon right when Trump was getting ready to win. I'm like, okay, they freed Bannon. Now we're going to get all the other political prisoners out of the penitentiary. Ain't no more big rocks, little rocks. We're going to get them out. So shout out to all the J6 political prisoners who are free. Shout out to all of us for being back in the driver's seat of this nation. It's crazy that we survived this long with no president. Because let's be serious, we didn't have a president. We had a guy that was in there, an empty suit at best, Barack Obama hand puppet at best. Okay, a Geppetto, Barack Obama Geppetto at best. Matter of fact, hold on. I want to show one meme right quick before we even get to it. I ain't going to start showing videos right now, but I'm going to show you this right here. This is pretty much what it was.
Move. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch.
That right there is pretty much what it was and what it is now. So as you can see, if you guys can't see the screen, you have the Time magazine where Trump's on the front, knocking off all that stuff. Somebody animated it. Matter of fact, let me give credit to the actual person. This is not Poso, as in not Jack Posobiec. This is his meme, so shout out to him. Shout out to my Irish brother, my Irish cousin from Appalachia, possibly.
Hey.
So that's pretty much what it was. You got Barack Obama Geppettoing, puppeting Joe Biden at the desk. And then here comes Trump. Get him out the way. That's exactly what happened. And that's why we have our nation back today. So I love it. I want more of it. Shout out to the triple OG, Donald Trump, our president, for being right back in there. Right back like he never left. And you know, the sweetest thing about this, well, there's quite a few sweet things about this, but I like seeing some of the videos where he's going back to some places he had been before, going back to the Oval Office, talking again to the press corps. He's like, nice to see you. It's been a while. You know, do you miss me? That kind of thing. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's like, hey, I'm back. Yes, I am back. You thought I was gone forever. You thought you wouldn't see me anymore. You thought it was over. No, it's not over. It's just beginning. Life has just begun for this nation. Life has just begun. We're not going anywhere. So you thought you succeeded with that old man in there and the fake black lady. Guess what? Didn't work. We're still here. We're still here. We're resilient people and we're making it. And again, life has just begun. This is just the beginning because they're going to keep trying over and over and over and over again to put us, what Joe Biden say? They're going to put y'all back in chains, which was crazy. They're going to try to do that to us, but we're not going for it. We are not going for it. So, hey, I'm so happy to be back, and I'm glad you guys are back. And shout out to you guys who were there on the stream, inauguration night, or inauguration day, basically, the 8-hour stream from like 11 to 7, a whole shift. I appreciate y'all for being there. That was an amazing time to see his speech. Like the first speech, it was perfect. And then the impromptu kind of speech. And then when he went to the arena, oh, the arena was great. All the bands. Y'all know I loved MVSU. I loved them so much because it was a whole journey for them to get here. to get there. People say, oh, you can't do that because you're black. And how you going to support this or this orange man, this racist man, all this and that and the third? That didn't work. They raised over $250,000. They had 300 people there, 300 deep, and they closed the show. They had a 14 to 15 minute performance in front of the whole world. I loved it. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I see some haters on the interwebs. I see some haters on television getting upset. But guess what, though? The haters, the voice from the haters is not really as relevant as it was. And, you know, a lot of time when I see these haters, I mean, if they can read a book on a kindergarten level, I'd be surprised. I was like, wow, you did so good. You read See Spot Run. Do you want a gold star? I'll give you a gold star and a green star. And I'll give you a whole, a warm cinnamon Pop-Tart. Take that. You did fantastic. They are illiterate. They don't know anything. They're stuck in the past. They're stuck 80 years ago. We in this chat, we in this community, are all about moving forward. We're moving forward and we're doing things that make sense. Like gender. Hey, you know what? There's two genders. Never did I think, like I said in my video earlier, never did I think I would be here explaining to grown men and women the difference between the boy and the girl. Never did I think I had to actually explain that. It's like, yeah, I don't know what a boy is and what a girl is. Talking about some, oh, there's a third gender. A third gender. Tell me what the third gender is, huh? Like, let's talk biology. Okay. And then they want to say sex and gender are different. Really? Really? Is that what we're going to do? So how many genders, if you know, sex is male and female in this biology, how many genders are there? And is there a gender alliance? Is there a gender naming consortium? Do you go to a meeting? Hey, can I get a card? Can I get a membership of the gender consortium? Can I have my voice heard and say, you know what? It's kind of like naming, it's like naming elements on the periodic table. Okay, plutonium, uranium, vanadium, copper, cobalt, zinc. Is it like that? Is it like rare earth metals? Is it like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh? What are we doing? I don't understand. How about we just say male and female? Boy and girl, XX or XY. ABL, what about intersex? What about hermaphrodite? Please shut up. Shut your fat mouth right now. Let's stop. Let's stop. Boy or girl? You got a PP or not? It's as simple as that, okay? Listen. If I'm seeing Hollywood Hulk Hogan walk in the women's restroom at 6'6", 300-something pounds, 24-inch pythons, and talking about something, yeah, I'm a woman, sir. I need you to go ahead and go over there. Go over there, not in here. Oh, gender is different. All right, so what? Some say it's 3 genders. Some say it's infinite genders. Who's right? Rather than squabbling over that, we could just say boy, girl, man, woman, male, female, XX, XY. What's so difficult about that? These people are crazy. But you know what? I'm glad we got the orange man back. I'm glad we got the adults back in the room to get these idiots up out of the way. They think they're so smart. They think that you know what? I've been reading a lot. And what they say the conservatives are idiocracy. We're the idiots. We're the dumb ones, right? When we say, hey, you know what? Men should not be in women's restrooms. We're idiots for saying that. When we say a man cannot give birth to a baby, we're the idiots for saying that. We're the dumb ones, right? When we say, hey, don't shut the whole economy down for all this time because you're going to ruin the economy, we're the idiots. When we say, hey, you know what? That mask that you got from some Indian dude, okay, who pumping them out 15,000 an hour. He wearing a wife beater. He got his feet all on the mask. You put it right on your face. We say, hey, you know what? Maybe that's not very sanitary. Maybe you're getting smutch and smuck all on the inside of your mask. Maybe you're going to have more issues because you're breathing in this unhealthy air and you're restricting your airway. When we say stuff like that, they say, oh, you want to kill mama. Meanwhile, they came out and said that the mask didn't do anything. The vax didn't help you. It might have hurt you. It might have gave you myocarditis, pericarditis, and all kind of other stuff. All kind of unforeseen, quote unquote, illnesses. Yeah, because you tampering with your mRNA. It's brand new, untested, no human trials, 9 months. Listen, I knew from the very beginning that I was never going to get the vaccination. I don't care who came up with it. Donald Trump, Joe Biden. If it was Jesus Christ himself from up high and came right there and was just appeared in front of everybody and he's 1,000 feet tall, maybe at that point, okay, maybe. But I still want the 10,000 foot tall Jesus to explain to me why it's going to make sense and present peer-reviewed studies. This is my body. You only get one life to live. You get one life, one body. You put something in your body that can damage you forever, the damage is done. And it ain't no do-over. It ain't no undo. Ain't no undo. That's it. So now I was never going to do that. Oh, you want to hurt your mama? You want to, please. Hey, you know what? I understand if you got pressure into taking it. I get it. If it was not your choice to take it, I understand. 100%. But those who just said, I'm going to take it, I don't care, that's something different. If you had to take it, that's one thing. And you know what? If you had to take it, now people are able to sue. They're able to get money. Oh, and I called it from the beginning. A lot of y'all know. I said, okay, right when they are trying to make you get the vaccination, I said it. People called me and asked me the question. And I said, okay, if they're forcing you to get it and you don't want to get it, make them fire you. Because in a very short period of time, you're going to be able to sue and get money. Now, federales, they're having to pay out money because they were firing military people. People are getting their jobs back. NYPD, the military, all kind of stuff. People are getting their jobs back, getting back pay, suing, getting big settlements, as I knew what happened. Basic common sense. All right, basic common sense. That's right, Shaquille O'Neal. Biden said no jab, no job. All right, well, how about this? How about I'm going to get $10 million, $500,000, or whatever the amount of money is. I'm going to get some money as a result. Or I'm going to get my job back and back pay. Hold on. Pat B says, my employer gave extra vacay days to people that got it. Hey, people are having to make amends. They're having to make up for what they did all day long. All right. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Hold on. I got a super chat right here I want to read right quick. Black Suburban Dad. I can't see the rest of your name, boss. But Black Suburban Dad says, back in 2018, listening to ABL, Brennan Tatum, and the Amazing Lucas, a.k.a. Liberal Lucas, made it okay for me to switch and come out as a conservative despite the pushback. Hey, man, shout out to you. I love to hear it. That is amazing. That's what I'm here for. Like I said many times before, the reason why I started making videos on YouTube was because I couldn't find a guy that was like me, that I could relate to. Okay, I couldn't really find anybody on YouTube like that. So I was like, you know what? Rather than trying to find that guy, I'll just be that guy. So I'm glad that I was able to help you make that transition. So shout out to you, boss. I appreciate it. Hold on. Round of applause for you. SD Honey says, am I tired of winning? Never tired of winning. It's never too much. Shout out to Luther. The first Luther, the big Luther, not the small one, the big one. Never too much. All right. But we got a lot going on. We got so many videos. Oh, they're mad. They're mad. And listen, their anger, it just kind of fuels me. It fuels me. You know, I want them to be happy. I want them to appreciate this country and really enjoy living here. But if they insist on being angry, then, hey, all I'm going to do is just consume that. That ain't nothing but power-ups. That's like Super Mario and the mushrooms. That's their anger. Mario mushrooms is the equivalent of their anger to me. 100%. All I'm going to do is just grow tall and strong. All right. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Wendy says, when did I start on YouTube? What year and month? Well, the month, I'm not really sure. I'm going to tell you the year 2015, but the month I could say when I uploaded my first video, but that's not really an accurate timetable as far as when I started seriously. When I started seriously was November 15. All right, November 15. So come November, it'll be 10 years. All right, so that's what that is. So we got a whole lot going on. Before I get to anything, I know what I do, my pre-stuff. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the box, or just go to them in your browser, patriotpost.us. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also, if you went to the inauguration, they were at the inauguration. Shout out to y'all for being there. I appreciate y'all for that. But patriotpost.us, tell them ABL sent you. Link will always be in the box. Also, go to ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, go to the regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY. The letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. You'll be able to find articles for each video that I produce. And in each article, I got a description. I have sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, from local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it as long as it's legal right there on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. And also go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my email address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. Of course, TikTok is back. I'll talk about that in just one moment, but all those links are right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. Also, if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me on the interwebs or not, the easiest way, if you don't email me first, it's not me. I'm never going to just contact anybody out the blue in the comment section or a DM or an email or anything like that unsolicited. I don't have foreign exchange skills. I don't know what Forex is for real. I don't have any knowledge with cryptocurrency to tell you how to get rich quick. I'm not going to ask you for any gift cards to send. I don't do that. I don't do the 419. I'm not a scammer. I'm not a criminal. No criminal here. No wahala, no criminal. I'm not a criminal, so if anything looks kind of fishy and weird, like it's from me, use a little bit of discernment. It's not me, all right? So again, if you're ever wondering if you are conversing with me or not, go to the contact page of the website and cross-reference method of communication. If it's not, contact at anthonyblogan.com. And if you didn't email me first, straight from the email that's on my website, that you copied and pasted into your actual email box, if that's not going on, it's not me. So listen, I don't have any kind of scammer abilities to share with you. All right. So yeah, we got a whole lot going on. Oh, there's so much. There is so much. I just want to start with this video. I saw it was kind of funny. I thought it was funny a little bit. And it might be a little bit superficial, but I'm going to respond to it because I thought it was a little bit funny. So this guy says, all Trump supporters are hideous. And before I begin, hold on. Any Yaren says, is this ABL? Well, hey, maybe ABL's here right now talking that shit, and maybe he's not. Maybe I'm AI. No, I'm playing. This is 100% me. Listen, if AI can duplicate how I talk and all my mannerisms, then we're doomed. If AI can do all that, then AI can do anything. All right, let's check this guy out. Again, he says, all Trump supporters are hideous. Check him out.
They always say, like, they go low, we go high. No, they go low, I'm going to go lower. I've never seen a good-looking Trump supporter in my fucking life. Granted, there are an absolute fuckload of Trump supporters who are, like, billionaires, and their faces are full of Botox, and they got, like, lip filler, and they got rid of all the lines in the forehead. The thing is, that's not attractive. That's... You have the money to get cosmetic surgery. There are no attractive Trump supporter women, and then all Trump supporter men are unironically the most beta and like smelly fucking people I've ever seen. You've watched the Trump rallies. All those like disturbingly overweight fucking red state, blue collar guys coming and going, I came all the way from fucking Missouri, brother, to watch the inauguration. I dressed for the cold, brother. I don't understand why they're doing it inside. So this is a two-pronged thing. One, I'm coming at you hard as fuck. You're all
I'm sorry for the cussing. I really apologize.
Disturbingly ugly. Second of all, your souls are disturbingly ugly. And I do believe that that's not a coincidence. You're so ugly inside that it is starting to like seep out and make its way into your physicality.
All right. So this guy says that Trump supporters are ugly people. You know, the guys, they're betas. They're betas. Listen, I know some Trump supporters that will completely they will completely stomp you into the finest of wines. Okay. Beta, what, Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson is a beta. Jake Paul. Logan Paul, who else? Floyd Mayweather, all these UFC fighters, Kobe Covington, sir, really? And the women, bro, really? The women on our side, look, have you seen our first lady, bro? Have you seen our first lady? Like for real? Have you seen her? You talking about the most beautiful first lady ever. What, but Jackie O, maybe somebody might like that, might be kind of in the ballpark. Who is Big Mike? Is that who you want? Big Mike is an attractive, you know, hey. I don't think that you, sir, have the right to even say that. Because have you ever lifted one weight before in your life? Have you ever done one push-up? Have you ever run 1 mile? Have you ever played one sport? Do you have any athleticism in your body? I don't know how old you are, but I'm pretty sure I'm older than you are. I know he's probably like in his 20s. I'm 40 years old. All right, so here's what I say to my man right here. If you can hear the sound of my voice, let's do a push-up contest. Let's do a push-up contest on stream, and whoever wins gets to say that they are the alpha. Let's do that. Or how about this? Let's put me and you side by side and let women just say, hey, who do you like more? And I ain't gonna say nothing. Hey, I'm a ugly Trump supporter. Let's do that. And since we're gonna put your theory to the test. Let's put it to the test. That's what I say. So yeah, shout out to this guy. You know, you have a lot of unaware. They're not really aware. They're not self-aware at all. They think that they look one way, but it's really a different way. They think they sound one way, but really it's another way. So yeah, shout out to him. He said he serves coffee. Yeah, he serves coffee aggressively. When he's at Starbucks, he's gonna do with a little edge. He's gonna be the edgy barista, the guy that might want to do a little rough and tumble. You come to the window. Hey, can I get a? He's gonna be a little bit edgy with you because that rage right there got to come out some kind of way. So if you in Starbucks and you see him, hey man, it might be a little rough. All right, it might be a little rough for you. So shout out to him. All right, now this right here, Philadelphia. Can we get a mayor that can read? You know what? One thing I've noticed with a lot of people who are critical of the incoming administration, a lot of illiterate people, man. People can't read. Whether it be black, white, Puerto Rican, the candy stripe, they can't read. The guy we just saw, the Starbucks barista, this guy, if I was to go in there, he spelled my name wrong. I say, yeah, my name is Anthony. It won't be no H's or nothing in my name. It might even be a T in the name. He might spell it with 4 letters, A-N-O-Y. Like, what's this? That's Anthony. No, it's not. You can't read. Anyway, this is the mayor of Philadelphia.
E-L-G-S, Eagles! Let's go, birds!
How you spell it? How you spell Eagles?
E-L-G-S, Eagles!
All righty. Okay. I don't know if you made a mistake there. Maybe you're just not really good at spelling. But Eagles, E-A-G-L-E-S. E-A-G-L-E-S. All right. It's not difficult, but maybe sometimes you get caught up in the moment, little tongue-tied, something like that. I don't know. But what I think is that a lot of individuals are struggling to actually read. Reading, writing, arithmetic, it's a lost art. Okay. Writing handwriting, also a lost art. Hey, the spellings in the chat are hilarious. Hold on. Let's see what she say.
E-L-G.
E-L-G.
S-E-S.
S-E-S. E-L-G-S-E-S. What that spell? Elgsis? What's an elg? We talking about Ugg boots? I don't understand. But anyway, so that's your mayor if you're in Philadelphia. Congratulations. Congratulations. You know, maybe, hey, that's something else. You know what else? Hey, in addition to the push-up contest, let's have a spelling bee. So any of the liberals that want to say, hey, you guys stink, you don't know anything, you're unintelligent. Okay, first, sir, if you're challenging my masculinity, let's do a push-up contest. Then we're going to go full Vivek Ramaswamy and do a spelling bee. Was that racist? I'm sorry. But we're going to do a spelling bee. And whoever wins both contests gets to wear the crown. All right? So, yeah, shout out to the spelling bee. That'd be fun. Now, a little bit of good news already. Trump just got in the office. And already bringing jobs back to the US of A. Check it out. And RIP in advance to the headphone users.
Stellantis Investments returns 1,500 jobs to their Illinois plant. They're going to produce their new mid-size pickup in Illinois, and they're going to build their next-gen Dodge Durango at their Detroit complex.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what the next-gen Dodge Durango looks like. Is that electrified? Is it a hybrid? Hopefully the latter
we know that
for
the Trump administration
investors in Stellantis.
On EVs.
No, and consumers really not that hot on EVs either.
Very true.
It's interesting to see Olaf Scholz in Germany wants to really push ahead, obviously, because they've invested, Volkswagen, Daimler, and BMW, so much in electrification. But, yeah, this is interesting. You know, they're also pulling their production down from Canada into the U.S., Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan.
Stellantis
All right, so Stellantis is already getting, hey, we're bringing jobs back already. We're bringing jobs back already. It's crazy what, you know, a day can make the world of difference. One day can make a world of difference. Yeah, the EVs, I'm not a big fan of the EVs either, but some of y'all love the EVs. Hey, I saw the Hummer EV on the road today. Listen, the Hummer EV is obese. The Hummer EV is the equivalent to that 1,000-pound European dude in the bed covered in borscht. I saw it on the road today. The Hummer EV is so fat that I saw it leaning. It wasn't the road. It wasn't the road grade. That thing was leaning to the right. Like, it was just too heavy. That thing is 10,000 pounds. 10,000 pounds. Now, put it into context. My Ford F-150 is like 5,000 and change. My full-size F-150 pickup truck is about 5,000 pounds. The Hummer EV is like two of those put together. It's fat. It's obese. Them tires are going to be... Hey, them tires are going to be like socks. Hey, you get a pair of socks, them things might last 6 months before they start to get kind of funny on the bottom. Tires be the same way. Them tires would be done in 1 month. And them tires is going to cost you all the money in the world. Okay, so, yeah. Not a big fan of these big, crazy EVs. It's too heavy, and they're not very environmentally friendly. A Hummer EV is kind of an oxymoron. They say, oh, well, we're doing what's right for the environment because we don't want to have internal combustion engine vehicles. Yeah, but you got this big energy hog, this big resource hog on the road. Like, what's going on with that? What's the science behind that? It's fast? I can't tell. I can't tell. That thing is fat. Fat to death. Anyway, let's go to California. Let's check in on the California people because, listen, they lost the election. And I know we got fires and stuff going on, but this is in Bay Area, San Francisco. They lost the election. They're not really handling it very well. So some of them have gone out to a particular area to screech. All right, to screech. Let's check it out. Wait a minute. Is it a countdown to when Trump becomes the president? Or when he becomes inaugurated? Is that it? That's crazy.
3, 2, 1.
hey, if you got dogs, I'm sorry. All that screaming probably just send them in a tizzy. But yeah. Have you checked on your liberal family members? Are they holding up? Are they okay? Are they well? Because if you're doing this, you're not really well. I tell you what, I may be upset at some things that happen, but I never had the inclination to just go somewhere and scream in the public screaming fest. I never had that inclination. And they always do that. They always be out there screaming, hollering, carrying on. Oh, the view is beautiful. Look, California is a beautiful place. The problem is these people. If you could just take these people and send them somewhere else, California would be great. It just, hey, take all these people and their ilk and just deport them. You know what? They're mad about Trump getting in office because he's going to deport the migrants. He's going to deport the illegal aliens. They're mad about that. But look, he's a benevolent person. If it was me in there, man, I'm going to deport them. I'd be like, look, deportation is done on a case-by-case basis. If I catch you out there screeching because I won, I'm going to deport you. So lucky I'm not in there. Trump's a good guy. Trump's going to just deport those who actually should be deported. The illegal aliens, the illegal migrants. Those are the ones, the criminal migrants. You come over here, you got a green card, and you running drugs and doing all this, that, and the third. Well, you're going to go too. He has a green card, ABL. Well, so what? He should hey, you should have thought about that before you went in that store and robbed it. Okay? When you pull that gun on your fellow countryman in 7-Eleven, give me the money right to know. When you did that, you just revoked your green card status. So nah, you got to go too. Out. So yeah, shout out to them for going out there and screeching in San Francisco. Hey, it's a beautiful view, great view, but not so beautiful people. Are those the beauty queens and kings that my man earlier was talking about, how beautiful they are? Was that them? Okay. Now, we have a protest of Trump at the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City. And if you can't tell, we got Abuela Tia hitting the piñata of Trump, and it ain't going nowhere. All righty, so there we go. And then they set it on fire, of course.
Que caiga Donald Trump. Va a caer, va a caer, va a caer. Así caerá el imperio de Donald Trump.
All righty, so they're not really glad. They're not happy with what Donald Trump is doing. But I mean, look, you could be mad. Anybody could be mad all day. They can be mad all they want to. But there's literally nothing wrong with protecting your own country. You should do that. You should say, you know what? Okay, this is my country, and I'm going to make sure that we're good. That's not the wrong thing to do. It's the right thing to do. 100%. Hey, that piñata didn't break at all. Was it a piñata? If it was, I can't tell. Because if it was, it didn't break. It just kind of fell on the ground and they set it on fire. All right. Now, one thing I missed about Trump being in office was talking to the media. I missed that because with Biden, he would talk to the media only on certain instances, and it was all choreographed. He have a list right in front of him with names to call on, and the questions will already be pre-planned. It was just like a little choreographed, like a dance. It's like, okay, when the president or any politician is answering questions, what it should be is something that's organic. Okay, the reporter asks you a question, you answer the question, rather than you pick on a pre-selected person to ask a pre-screened question. That was so whack. Now we're going to see the real guy, the real boss, the real Triple OG in action. What's this? What's my man's name right here? This is it's not Acosta. Y'all know what this is. I know his name. I know his face. I can't think of his name right now. But listen to what he's saying right here.
But these people have served years of jail, and their lives have been ruined. And in many cases, listen to me for a second. Yes. Stop interrupting. I apologize. They served years. But these people have served years of jail, and their lives have been ruined. And in many cases, listen to me for a second. Yes. Stop interrupting.
I apologize.
They served.
Hey, you know what? That right there, that's how you got to do it. And Trump was respectful and just said, hey, listen, stop interrupting. I'm trying to talk. You cutting me off. Trump didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to go hooting and hollering. Stop interrupting and listen. I apologize real quick. Boom. That's how you do it. Who is this guy right here? Do y'all know who that is? NBC guy, yes. What's his name? Y'all let me know in the chat. And when somebody says it, it'll probably click right away. I know it's not not Brian Stelter, obviously. It's not Acosta. No. That's not Jim Acosta, I don't think. Let me see. It is him. Yeah, that is him. Or is it? I can't tell. I don't know, man. These guys on the news look just the same. Let me see. Y'all know who it is? Don't nobody know who that is. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Is it Acosta? Okay. Well, maybe it is. I feel like that's not him, though. I feel like his name is Brian something. Peter Alexander. Okay, hold on. I think you're right about that. Yeah, Peter Alexander. No? Yeah. I don't know, man. Listen, these guys on the news, it's like you get the little swoop hairstyle, the little regular short hairstyle, the clean face. You look the exact same. Y'all look like y'all come off a factory. Jim Acosta, Peter Alexander, David Muir, all the same. White guy, 45 years old, gray, salt, pepper, clean shave, 5'10", slim. Put you on TV. There you go. And it's like a 50-50 tie between Acosta and Peter Alexander. That's hilarious. They all look the exact same. They all look the exact same on TV.
Any instructions?
Now, okay. I'm going to play a voice for you. Then I'm going to show you the face. It's crazy that whole look thing kind of transcends. Hold on. I don't want to spoil it.
Any instructions in this one executive order, including this directive to HUD to issue proposed regulations to, in essence, exclude trans people from various forms of shelter system.
All right. So you're hearing that, talking about trans people not being able to go to shelters. Obviously, if you're a man and you say you're a woman, you cannot go to a women's shelter because, hey, you know what? Maybe the women in that shelter are trying to escape a man that was whooping them up. Maybe that's, the whole point behind that. But anyway, so that's the guy, or excuse me, they, them, whatever the person's name is, a biological woman who now identifies as male, taking hormones, getting the mustache. Listen, back in my day, women would go through hoops and hurdles to not have a mustache. Okay, you're getting the laser treatment, going to get the wax. Okay, you go to the Dominican lady, she's talking about some up here too. That whole thing. Y'all know how it go, right? You're going to get a regular, and then they say, hey, that top lip, let's get that too. This is Chase Strangio. I'm not making it up. Look at his name, Strangio, an ACLU, LGBTQ, and HIV project activist.
Under the auspices that a trans person is an inherent threat to non-transgender women. Obviously, that just enhances the risk that transgender people face in society.
This is a woman, a biological XX woman, a female, a girl. Okay. That is a woman who now identifies as a man. All right.
Are deemed as a threat to others simply by existing. And any instructions in this one executive order.
So there we go. She is mad about Donald Trump's executive order about there only being two genders. All right. But you know what? At a certain point, you got to take a little bit of time, Mr. Chase, Miss Chase, whatever you want to call yourself, Strangio. Take a little bit of time and do some self-evaluation. You know what? I sound crazy and I look crazy with my regular girl voice. Hey, you sound like your name is Katie and you work at Starbucks. Okay. all day long, serving up them sugary drinks. Your name is Katie. You work at Starbucks, but you're looking like you're trying to be in a boy band. Like, what's really going on? You got a problem upstairs. Simple as that. And you know what? Her parents are probably so proud when she was born. Bundle of joy, pink blankie, all that kind of stuff. And then we up here looking like I don't even know what's going on. Frankenstein at best. Yeah, it's a real mustache because they what they do, they put themselves on male hormones. So they begin to do the things that we do. They begin to get the beard and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, a lot of them begin to crash out because already when you're talking about lesbian relationships, you got a high rate, the highest rate of domestic violence. So then when you want to put testosterone in the mix, you got a super predator. You got a super predator right there. Like Hillary Clinton said, you have a super predator. You have the sometimes erratic emotional state of a woman mixed with testosterone, making that even more erratic and confused. They're going to crash out even more. The calming nature of a man is supposed to kind of put the woman's nature in balance. And then the woman brings a softness to the man, it's balance. But when you're just doing all this kind of stuff like that, you're going to have nothing but confusion at the end. All right. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Chase. Bro, get it together, man. Now, speaking about getting it together, did y'all see Bezos' wife at the actual inauguration? Now, we all saw my man Zuck taking a gander.
Okay, Lauren Sanchez.
Now, Lauren Sanchez, this is, again, Bezos' wife, I suppose. And she has on like a regular blazer with a bra top right up underneath. It's like, ma'am, you got the big fish already. Listen, you have the big fish. You got Jeff Bezos. You've succeeded. There's no need to go show your tatas at the inauguration. All right?
What? Okay. JFK, do not look down at those. Do not look at them. Oh, there's going to be memes all over the internet.
My man right here trying to just stay focused. Hey, my brother, stay focused. Hey, Dr. Umar was all in his mind. Hey, stay focused, brothers. RFK said, you know what? Hey, man, it's whatever. It's whatever, man. You only got one life to live. I'm going to look right at what I'm seeing right there. The headlights. I'm a deer in the headlights right now. That's what my man RFK Jr. said. I'm a deer in the headlights right now.
JFK, do not look down at those. Do not look at them. Oh, there's going to be memes all over the internet. Lauren, did you need a safety pin? Or did you have one and you busted it? I think you needed to borrow a safety pin. But you look great.
All right. So, yeah, Lauren Sanchez, that's Jeff Bezos' wife, I suppose. Look, you already got Jeff Bezos. You don't need no more. All right. Now, Jeff, here is Megyn Kelly talking about Jeff Bezos' wife. And something else I want to say. Since I try to say it whenever I get the opportunity. These lip fillers y'all be doing, please stop. It doesn't look natural. When someone has lip fillers, I don't care if it's a little bit or a lot, I can always tell. Always. It's like breast implants. It's like any kind of body augmentation. I can tell when it's not really real. I can tell. And in this case, it changes the whole structure of your face because it doesn't match. It's like getting the BBL and you have the skinniest olive oil legs in the world. You got 2 toothpicks with basketballs on top. That don't match. Same thing with your face. You don't have the facial structure to be able to have those kind of lips and make it look natural. You understand?
Jeff Bezos runs the Washington Post, owns it, and owns Amazon, of course. And I will tell you, this is not my first time saying she dresses like a because she does. And we called out, we had to deal with some Hollywood PR firm. I can't remember who we were trying to get, but we tried to avoid those people, but sometimes you can't. And this PR agent went off on our booker. They're so angry because they represent her or they do some business with her, and she had, talked to that, whatever. It's like those two don't like to be made fun of.
Yep.
He's done a lot to change his look. He looks nothing like he looked 20 years ago. I don't think she's seen a doctor. She doesn't want to go with the scalp. I mean, you tell me. That's not natural.
No.
And that's fine if that's your choice, but have some dignity and some respect for your setting in your circumstances. No one should be talking about your
breastises, but I ain't gonna say what she said because she said the T word. I can't be saying that. This is a family show. But yeah, put your breastises up at the inauguration, okay? That's not really the appropriate attire. All right. But yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her. Hey, it's very distracting. I've been to events. I was at the White House one time, inside the White House, one time that I went. And hey, Turner Point, Charlie, all of them, we got to go back to the White House, man. We got to go back. We need to do another march, 2,000 deep, 5,000 deep. On Capitol Hill, we got to go back and we got to go in there and act a whole fool. Act a fool, but in the good way. But anyway, I was in the White House one time and this girl had on this dress. I was like, man, all you saw, like the top part of that dress is like it wasn't even there. I was like, what in the world is this? President talking, I'm distracted. It's like, man, put them up for right now, okay? If you want to go to a little after party or something like that, okay. But right here, right now, let's not do that. But anyway, so yeah, shout out to Jeff Bezos' wife. Now, where are we going to go here? Oh, the genders. How many genders are there? Suny Hostin, Suny Hostin, who cosplays as a black person whenever it benefits her, but she's Puerto Rican. She's talking about there only being two genders is going to harm a lot of young people. So I guess she's advocating for minors to change their gender. Okay, so if you can have minors consent to sex changes, essentially, then what else can it consent to? Slippery slope, ain't it? I digress.
I think it's going to harm a lot of young people, especially. Yeah. This is supposed to be an inclusive country. This is supposed to be a place where if that you get to choose your identity. And if that identity is they or them, if that identity is, if you were born a biological male, but you are a woman, then you get to do that here. There are other places in this world, other countries, where you are murdered for that. I thought this was the land of the free. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really disappointed in what he did. I'm already disappointed.
Well, look, though, nobody's saying you can't identify as whatever you want to identify as. Nobody's saying that. Hey, if you want to identify as a pit bull puppy, if you want to identify as a Chiquita banana with yellow on right now, whatever you want to identify as, that's fine. I have no problem with what you want to identify with. I have no problem with what you think in your own mind about yourself. Okay, that's totally fine. The dude from the beginning can think he's the most handsome guy in the world. You know what? That's your right to think that. That's your right to believe that, to feel that. But what you don't have the right to do is violate someone else's rights and impede upon their space because of what you think about yourself. And that's the whole thing that we're trying to get away from. You think whatever you want to think, sir, but don't go in the girls' locker room. Is that wrong? Is that a bad thing to say? I don't think so. I do not think so. And that freeze frame, yikes, what is going on? Anyway, let's keep on rocking.
Hello.
Now, this is Pierre Poilievre, and I know I tore her name up, out there in Canada. Shout out to Canada, a conservative Canadian politician. And the reporter is asking about some gender stuff. There's a gender conversation. Let's check it out.
Let's go back to D.C. right now. Obviously, on his first day on the job, President Trump signed an executive order, the U.S. government only recognizing two genders, male, female. They're unchangeable. If elected as prime minister, is that something that you're going to kind of walk in line with, or what are your feelings on that executive order?
Well, I don't know. Do you have any other genders that you'd like to name?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just asking more so if you're in line with what he is saying? Do you agree with what he's saying? Is that something that you would be lockstep with if elected as prime minister?
Well, I'm not aware of any other genders than men and women. I mean, if you have any other that you want me to consider, you're welcome to tell me right now.
Well, there's personally, I am a man. I am a, as people say, cishet.
You know what? I had no idea. You know, nowadays, you don't know. I would presume, sir, that you're a male. I see your jaw. I hear your voice. I know what a man looks like, right? Because guess what? I'm a man too. So I know what another man looks like. And since I'm a man, I know who's not a man, and I can identify them as well. They're called women. So what are these other genders that exist?
There are people there who, they say they're gender neutral. Well, you are a man, yes. There are people there who say they're gender neutral. Yeah, they say they're gender neutral. They're a trans person. Is that something that you would recognize here, whereas in the States, at least with their U.S. government, the way they're seeing it, there's only two?
I'm only aware of two, but I mean, if you come up with another list, then you're welcome to do that. But I'm aware of two, and as far as I'm concerned, we should have a government that just minds its own damn business and leaves people alone to make their own personal decisions. That's the kind of government I'm going to run.
Right on. So again, if you identify as a transformer, if you identify as Optimus Prime, fine, but you need to just stay over there. And when it comes down to it, however you identify does not dictate what you are. All right, I can identify as Batman, but I'm not Batman. So when I go to the bank talking about hey, my name is Bruce Wayne, can I get $1 million on my account? They might call the federales on me, and they might go make big rocks to little, because that's called bank fraud, right? If I say that my name is Batman and I identify as Bruce Wayne in real life, and I go to the bank, write in the check, talking about I'm Bruce Wayne, and I got an ID that says I'm Bruce Wayne on it, and I try to get some money, they're going to lock me up. That's called identity theft. Oh, nah, I identified as him. No. Now, another idiotic moment. The first idiotic moment I'm talking about tonight was when I have to explain how men and women are different. I got to explain basic third grade at best, at the latest, third grade biology. Boys and girls, men and women. I got to explain that to grown people, which is crazy. But also this whole Roman salute. Hey, clip that right there. Clip that. ABL put up a Roman salute, a Nazi salute. Be serious. Be for real. Be for real. The media said that Elon Musk did a Nazi salute, and people are running with it. They're seriously like, oh, he's a Nazi. He did Nazi salute. It's like, how dumb has the American populace become? I knew right when he did this whole thing right here, they were going to say it's Nazi salute. But AOC can do it. Hillary Clinton can do it. Anybody can do it, and it's fine. It's an excuse made. Oh, they didn't really mean it. How you know that? Why is there no grace given to Elon Musk, but there's grace given to everybody else who is a leftist? I answered my own question, didn't I? But people are dead serious. People are asking me, talking about what about Elon salute, ABL? Like, what about that? He's a racist. Elon Musk a racist since when? Elon is not new to the world. He's not new to fame and fortune. Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, had internet companies before. He's been around for 30 years. Nobody ever said Elon Musk racist. South Africa, apartheid. So what? What they got to do with anything? So because he's from South Africa and they had apartheid, that means he's racist because of the system of government? What type of sense that make? Okay, so we had slavery here. So if you're an American, you're racist. Only if you're a white American. Even if you came to this country after slavery was over with, you still a racist. It's not using your brain at all. I just implore everyone to use their brain. Now let's look at this. This is what? What's this? PBS. They put this out here. Let's watch it.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
All right, so there we go. So they're trying to say that him giving his heart to the crowd, that is a Nazi salute. Then they want to say it's a Roman salute because Roman Empire, all this kind of stuff. It's like, is it that? Like, I saw people say that. I tried to ignore it. People are asking me, what do I think? This is the biggest nothing burger I've ever seen in my whole life. In my entire life, I've never seen nothing burger this big. This is literally nothing. If Hillary Clinton or AOC or anybody on the left did that, there would be no news stories about it at all. There would be zero news stories because we're not going to say that was a Nazi salute because it's not. We're not even going to do that to them. And then they are not going to do it because that's going against their own team. Only when you are on the right is everything you do criticized down to like the smallest minute of details because they don't have anything else with which to attack us. They don't have anything. All they have is just the lies they make up. I mean, what is going on? Is my audio bad? Wait. Is my audio bad? Okay. Y'all gotta hold on. I mean, can we having bad audio? Wait, just one doggone minute. Okay. Let me hear myself. Let me see if I can hear myself. All right. My audio sounds pretty. Let me just refresh my mixer. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second and we're going to refresh. Test. Okay, we should be good now. All right, we should be good. If it goes out again, y'all let me know. And I can hear myself, and I sound pretty good in my headphones. So, yeah, normally I don't have that function on where I can hear myself, but now I can hear myself, and it sounds pretty good. So, it's a brief lag, internet. Hey, man, y'all got them Obama phones talking about my audio is messed up. Nah, man, you got to refresh the Obama phone. I'm playing. All right, but look, Tampon Tim. What's this, Tampon Tim? Okay. You know, you're doing the same kind of deal right here, ain't you? So is that not considered to be racist? I guess it's okay. Like I said, it's okay when they do it. Now, here's AOC talking about it, I suppose. Let's see what she got to say. It never went out, of course. People just, you know what I mean?
Thing.
And before I continue, if you're still having problems, refresh on your end. Because some are saying that the audio was fine. Some are saying it's not. So clearly, it's not me. Let's go ahead and refresh if you're having a problem. And if you refresh and come back and it's still a problem, y'all let me know. And we'll try to figure it out. All right?
Probably the most foundational defining things about people may be on today. But I still am not rocking with anyone sympathetic to Nazis. And I will do that until I am 6 feet in the ground. Like, kind of foundational to me as a human being. And so, if you're cool and want to defend the Sig Heils and the Nazi salutes, all the, you know, whatever you want to do, that's on you. I'm on the opposite side of that. I'm not with the Nazis. How about that? I mean, but it's very important for us to assert these things because in times like now, what people want is for all of us to just give up. They want all of us to just give up and say America's gone to hell in a handbasket and we're done. And just let them do what they're going to do. No. If there are no good people left in the world, I want to be the last one.
Is this word salad? Are y'all getting word salad vibes? That's kind of like a Kamala type situation. I'm hearing word salad because I'm trying to listen to what she's saying, but I don't really. Sometimes it's kind of hard to listen to people because they're not making sense. They're not making complete thoughts. There's not really cogent statements. It's kind of just all over the place. It's word salad. So maybe it's just me, but what do you hear when you hear Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Do you hear word salad, or is that just me? You let me know what you think. Give me the response to that. Let's keep on rocking here. Let's keep on moving.
Well, we are on the eve of an authoritarian administration. This is what 21st century fascism is starting to look like. Republicans really model themselves after Orban's Hungary. And so you can look to see how Viktor Orban runs Hungary to get a taste of how they will try to govern and control.
Now, I got a question. Is Hungary a bad place to live? I'm just asking the question because you're talking about Viktor Orban in Hungary, and they're making it seem like Orban's this bad guy. I'm not sure if he is or if he isn't, but I've never heard about Hungary having like really bad problems, like North Korea or something like this. Does anyone know what it's like in Hungary right now? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Media and companies in the United States. And this is kind of an entree to that. As far as what we do, this is a time of experimentation. A lot of people will still use platforms, can still use platforms, but I also look towards places where you have more ownership as well and develop your audiences there.
All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of AOC. AOC, man. Like, what's going to happen when they try to run her in the future for president? Do you think AOC has a chance to become the president in this nation? Like, what's your opinion about that? I mean, my, good grief. I feel bad for her constituents out there in New York. I really do. Now, this is the kind of thing that we had to get up out of the military. So President Trump signed an executive order that repeals a provision allowing transformers in our military. All right. So no more transformers in the military, which is fantastic. And you know what? The reason why these kind of people shouldn't be in the military is mainly because what they do is join to get a free sex change because it's considered medical care, or it was at least. All right, you have all of a sudden gender dysphoria when, if not for the whole military thing, you would not have that because it wouldn't be in your mind a mental illness. But now, okay, I have gender dysphoria. I need gender affirming care. It's healthcare. Okay, free sex change. And when you get a sex change, you can't be out there on the field. Have you ever seen anybody that had like serious or somewhat invasive cosmetic surgery? Like a BBL? Listen, I saw a video I won't play. There was a transport service, a medical transport service in Atlanta where it's like a Subaru hatchback or something like this, or like the same kind of ideology behind a hearse, right? You could put something big in the back. Now, they had this lady in there with a bunch of dog blankets hunched over in the back of the actual hatchback because you can't sit on your hind parts after a BBL. So she was like kind of like a dog in the back. Medical transport. So if you're going to be like that, obviously you can't be out there on the battlefield trying to squabble. You understand? Well, let's watch.
Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful to be serving at this period of time. Being able to undergo a full gender transition beyond hormones, laser hair removal, Botox, lip injections, hair lowering, like literally.
Bro, how are you a black dude getting, or a black woman, I'm not sure. How are you black getting lip injections? Like, what part of the game is that? Like, you already got that. What's the, you just weird. You just weird.
cannot be more thankful to be alive now. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful to be serving.
And the caption says, I really couldn't imagine having to outright pay for everything. So he's on the interwebs bragging about getting the sex change from the military, from your taxpayer money. Imagine that. Hey, how do you feel? Hey, taxpayer, U.S. citizen, how do you feel having this person getting a free sex change on your dime, on your money? How you feel about that? I don't feel very good. I don't feel very good at all. So yeah, the Transformers, you got to go up out of there, man. You got to go up out of there. You get in the BBL. You're going to be like a dog in the back of the vehicle, can't sit on your hind parts. You got to kind of like get perched up and hunched over on a taxpayer dime. No thanks. No thanks. If you're going to join the military, you need to be ready to fight, serve, not just be in a doggy daycare healing from your BBL. That's not what we're here for, okay? Now, back to the whole genders thing. Let's go to Piers Morgan. So we got Piers Morgan, Dave Rubin in his hairpiece. That guy in the middle, I don't know who he is. Harry Sisson, this guy's like a big Biden supporter. And Cornel West. Cornel West, bro, what is going on with you? Are you okay? Do you need some money? What's happening? You're 70, 71 years old, but you look 175 years old. Let's watch.
Do you think there should be more than two genders in America?
Yeah, I don't know what that executive order means. I don't know what the president declared.
It means there are two genders, male and female. Do you disagree with that?
How many genders are there, Harry?
Yeah,
come on, little guy. How many genders are there?
Again, these guys don't know what they're talking about, so they won't be able to answer.
How many genders are there?
How many genders are there, Harry?
How many genders are there?
What's the legal? I'm gonna use Joe Biden's answers. At least two. At least two. That satisfies.
Well, how many more other than male, female?
That's a TikTok answer.
There's at least two.
Yeah.
There's at least two.
Well, no, hang on. There's male and female.
Kid is like human brain
Donald
rot.
Trump says there's male and female. There are two.
Okay, Dave.
How many more are there after male and female, Harry?
There's at least two. Now, anyway, let me get back to
what
what
How many more are
there?
What are the other ones?
There's at least two.
What are the other ones?
Harry, let's try it this way. You're a female. What is the other gender?
It's so funny. It's so funny how these conservatives just get time to lie on this show, but when I'm speaking, they all interrupt and there's no problem.
Question.
You've just been asked a very simple question, Harry.
Conversation with Piers, not you, Mr. Como over. Relax for me.
Harry,
Take a
you
breather.
simply
Thank
got
you so
asked
much.
if there are at least two genders, how many more are there than male and female?
Piers, you asked me about Donald Trump's executive order. I'm trying to explain how legally it makes absolutely no sense and it's going to get sued in court. Then we go into culture wars with Dave Rubin and this Ferguson guy asking how many genders are there. I'm trying to answer your question. They're screaming their faces off about issues that don't fucking matter.
I'm
Harry,
asking
nobody.
you.
Oh God, this
And
child.
Piers,
I'm asking you, Harry.
Piers,
how many genders
and I'm
are
answering
there?
your question.
Harry,
Piers, I've answered your question.
Harry, how
There
many
are
genders
at
are
least
there?
Two. There are at least two.
Two or at least two?
100.
Hang on, Ben. Hang on, Ben.
So like the question is not being answered. How many genders are there? At least two? No, there's two. If you say there's at least two, you're alluding to there possibly being more than two. If that's the case, then what are the other genders? That's a very simple thing to say, but that's what they do on the left. They're trained to do that. They're trained to not answer questions, to misdirect, to change the subject, to try to weasel out of it.
I've got
More
this.
or less than 100.
Can I answer the question?
Yes,
for
Cornell.
Brother Harry?
Answer the question.
Can I answer the question
Yes.
for Brother Harry? Because Brother Harry trying to hold
help
on.
him out, Cornell.
That according to Shakespeare, all of us are androgynous. There are men and there are women. There are different sides of human beings, all made in the image of a God that has a dignity and a sanctity. And if you're going to try to start demonizing precious trans folk, then I'm going to be fighting. But it's not. But
okay, Cornell, I agree with them. I agree with them. I agree. Don't
This
demonize
is all
trans
the left
folks, but
has
there is
left.
All right, so there we go. So now somebody was asking me, hey, ABL, how you know that Rubin had a hairpiece? Now, look, I could tell. Now I'm like, I kind of watch people a lot. I look at their faces, I can tell. It's just like the whole thing with the lip fillers. I could tell. And if I seen you before, if I saw you previously, I could see how you changed. You can see his hairline. Look, it goes, first of all, I could see where it's set on his head. It's kind of the hairline's too straight across, and I could see it right there, and I could see it right there on the sides as well. So he got, basically what he did, he probably got all his hair cut off or shaved down really close. And then they put that on top and faded it into his regular scalp. Let me show you what he looks like for real. Okay, so that's Dave Rubin before. All right, on his set of the show, this is past Young Turk's time. This is in between Young Turks and now. You can see his hairline. Look, you can see this right here, how it goes back and up. All right, it's not straight across like the way it is now. All right, so as you get older, especially men, you know how it is. You're going to start to go bald right there. I got the same thing going on. When I don't shave my head, I be looking like Fred Sanford. You understand what I'm saying? So we have that going on, and that's when you start to go bald. This is straight across. It's different. He has a hairpiece on. I could tell. All right, but yeah, shout out to Dave and the hairpiece. It's a good hairpiece. I ain't gonna hate. It is. It's a nice hairpiece, but it's a hairpiece regardless. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All righty. This right here, this video was crazy. It's a little bit of cussing in it, but we have to watch it. Oh, we got to watch it. Now, this guy was apparently sent by House Rep Fink in Minnesota because they're going to have Republican control in the nation, maybe out there in Minnesota. And the trans community is a little bit upset. Okay. This guy reminds me of a 1987 WWF promo.
Whose house is this? Whose house is this? You chicken meat motherfucker. Whose house is this? Whose house is this? Whose house is this? Yeah, go ahead and kick me out. It'll be on every fucking organization in the country. I'm done with this shit. You do not have quorum. You are not allowed to do this. And you know it. You're just going to keep pushing the fucking line. You're just going to keep overstepping your bounds just like y'all did last session.
Bro, all this aggression, it's like, are you going to start wrestling? Are you going to just break out a steel chair and bust somebody in the head? What's going on? So he's a transformer, I suppose, full of male aggression. All right. See, look, I could tell that stranger person was a young lady by the demeanor, all that kind of stuff. I could tell this gentleman, you looking like Chris Farley, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Dusty Rhodes, Gold Dust. You're looking like a whole Yokozuna, white version Yokozuna. You're looking like Ric Flair after a few too many hamburgers. Got the little fur coat on and everything like that. You are a pro wrestler masquerading as a transformer. For what reason, I don't know. But if this was 1987, you'd be right there in the squared circle getting suplexed by Andre the Giant. That's what you would be doing right now. You understand? But anyway, hold on. Let me go forward a little bit.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Quorum. When do we want it? Now.
Hulk Hogan. That's all I can hear right now. All I can hear, Hulk Hogan.
Right? We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply.
Hey, the male transgenders, the biological XYs, always aggressive, ready to fight immediately because they going crazy too. Look, the women are already battling the hormones. That time of the month, the hormones are all over the place. They're going to feel different. Biologically, they feel different because of the hormone balance in their body kind of going all over the place. Then they're going to put testosterone in there. It's going to make it worse. This guy, I don't know if he's on estrogen or what's going on, but he might be. And that will make him crazy as well. Hormones all over the place. So what is the result? You're going to be aggressive, acting the fool. So moral of the story is transgenderism is a mental illness. Please get yourself checked out. Get some help. But yeah, shout out to my main man, Dusty Rhodes. R.I.P. to Dusty Rhodes, the legend. And shout out to this boy, Gold Dust. Hey, always a fan of Gold Dust. He was like real quirky and weird. Always a big fan. All right. Now, Kamala Kamala spoke to firefighters in Altadena for some reason. I don't know. I don't know when this was. I think, was she the vice president still? I don't really want to see her no more. Like, why would she go anywhere to say anything? Okay, let's watch what Kamala says to LA Fire Department with Doug in the background giving that deer in the headlights look.
Strangers who, in the face of that stranger, they see a neighbor. These are folks who understand the strength and the value of community, which is everyone coming together with a shared sense of purpose and identity as a community of people. And I wanted to come by, most importantly, to thank them, those who have volunteered and have brought people together and have sacrificed so much, and our firefighters. And I mentioned to these firefighters the fact that California firefighters, time and time again,
they be fighting no fires,
prove themselves to be the best strangers.
Okay. Kamala Harris with, hey, words of encouragement right there. Hey, you know what? If I'm out there fighting them fires, it's hot, it's smoky, we don't have no water. That right there would give me a nice pep in the step. That'd be a big pick me up right there if I heard them words on Miss Kamala Harris. So there you go. Are you inspired? Are you inspired? I am. I'm very inspired. So shout out to her. And the word salad. I am inspired. I don't know why they thought that was going to be a good idea to make her try to become the president. Like, I don't get it. Now, there's another fire happening right now. If you didn't know, the Santa Clarita Hughes fire is growing from 500 acres to 5,000 plus acres in under 3 hours. And this is from earlier today, 5:30 p.m. today, Eastern time.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's where I go to get my snow and the chickens. Oh, and I hope Chelada. Oh no, the seafood restaurant. Oh, enchilada. And Wiley's. Ah! Oh,
dude, this is close to Big Rock.
Oh! This is. Oh, dude.
That's horrible.
Oh.
Wait, dude, this is super close to Big Rock.
My question is, where y'all going? Like, you need to be trying to escape. This does not look safe. It looks like if you go any further, you're going to have fire right on the road. And that smoke, hey, that smoke is very dangerous when you're breathing that in. Very, very dangerous. Like I said before, usually when there's a house fire, people don't die from the fire, like the flame. They die from smoke inhalation. Because if you can't breathe for a short period of time, you could die. If you get injured by the flames, you can still live. You might have very severe burns on your body, but you can still live. But with that smoke getting you can't breathe with the smoke in your lungs.
And Wiley's, Chelada. Oh, please.
That's heartbreaking.
Now, to anybody out there, Southern California, LA County, do you guys know where this is? Do you guys know if that's close to like the city, to the urban area, or what's going on? And again, prayers out to you guys in Southern California. Hopefully this does not affect you or your loved ones. And do you think that the fire could be fought better if they had more water, maybe? I'm not sure if this is where the reservoir would be. That's empty. 117 million gallons of water just not there because, I don't know, it was a lapse in the, it was a mistake. They forgot to do it. I don't know. But is this close to the city, or is it still kind of far out in the canyon there? You'll let me know. Yeah, that smoke is crazy. So thank you to Antara. It says Castaic, and I know I didn't pronounce that correctly, but Castaic, California, Castaic, California. All right, let me see where that is on the map right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, so this is not far from Santa Clarita up to 5. And once you go down to 5, now you're going to start to be in the San Fernando Valley, Burbank, all of that. And then once you get past all that, now you're in Hollywood, Pasadena, Santa Monica, LA. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on there. So hopefully you guys are able to contain that fire and it doesn't get too much out of control. All right. Yeah, man, California, it's a mess. It is a mess. Now, shout out to the superstar Barron. Barron Trump, hey, this boy's the future. He's the future. I told y'all, President 2050 or whenever he wants to run, he got it. Look at Donald Trump. Proud dad, looking at his boy. Proud dad. That is a great picture of Trump, just admiring his boy. And the boy get a big round of applause. People are loving him. He's waving at the crowd. Proud dad just looking at his son, taking the moment. I love it. Yeah, me get that. Hey, man, do that. Come on, Barron. Enjoy the moment. So yeah, shout out to Barron, looking like Luka Doncic. Shout out to Slovenia, where his mom is from. Okay, hey, when you have two great parents that produce great children, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Okay, you got good kids. You got Barron, Don Jr., even his granddaughter, Trump's granddaughter, Kai. That's Trump Jr.'s daughter. She's like a golf star at like 17, 18 years old. Like you got Tiffany, Ivanka, Eric, everybody. Really, really good family. Good people. Overall, good people. So shout out to them. All right. Of course he can dunk. That boy's 6'7". I can dunk now at 40 years old, but I don't want to do it because I feel like if I test that knee, hey, I've not really gotten up and hit the rim since I've been like in my 20s, but I could dunk back then. I could dunk as late as like 26, 27. I've not tried it since then. You know, I heard a horror story about somebody getting to be a little bit older. They hadn't played basketball in a while, and they were in the gym in the rec center just, you know, playing around, shooting or whatever. And then they say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and dunk. So he gathers to dunk, he launches towards ACL, just like that. It's like, you know what? I ain't got time for all that extra athletic stuff. I leave the athletics, the basketball, the dunking to the young guys. I let Barron and them take care of that. Me, on the other hand, I'm not going to be lifting my feet off of the ground trying to do no LeBron James. That's not really in my wheelhouse at 40 years old. Because my body, I think I can do it, right? I think I can do it, but my body might do something else other than what I want it to do. You understand? Yeah, so shout out to Barron and shout out to the band MVSU, and also shout out to JD Vance's children. They were still on the show as well during the inauguration.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now welcoming the Mississippi Valley State University Band. They're traveling all the way from Itabita, Mississippi. Look at this, gang. This is the Mean Green Marching Machine. They are proud to represent historically black colleges and universities.
I was so proud of them because I did a video about them, if you guys remember, earlier this month, like January 2nd. And it was a whole big thing because they were getting a lot of hate from other black folks, of course, talking about don't go to the inauguration. He's racist, all this, that, and the third. Listen, anybody out there who's facing hatred like that, people want to kind of try to stop you from doing anything that can advance yourself, don't listen to them. Do what you're going to do. Keep going forward. The haters are going to be haters. Okay? The haters are going to hate you regardless, so do what you want to do. And they did amazing. They did fantastic. And out of all the bands, I don't think I saw anybody make Melania and Trump stand up and really just pay them a lot of respect.
The 60th presidential inauguration.
I'm going to show this for a while, like a minute, because I wanted to see the youngest reaction. Hold on. See the kids. There we go. So you got JD's boy and the other boy, okay, trying to hold his ears and everything because it's loud. It's loud. If you ever been to like an indoor parade, anything like this, indoor parade, sometimes even an outdoor parade, anything is loud. But it was great. It was amazing. So shout out to MVSU. You guys, I'm so proud of y'all for rejecting the hatred and raising the money and bringing nearly 300 of y'all from HBCU to the RNC. Now, you know what? Can I say something right quick? Can I say something? Hold on. I think that the MVSU marching band was a much better choice than Make the Stallion and Cardi B and Glorilla. You know, all right, you want to have diversity, different cultures at an event. Okay. Why can't you get respectable talent? Why can't you get actual talent? Okay, you got girls on stage twerking. That's talent. We want to bring that to a political event for what? I live near Atlanta. I can see that all day, every day. I can just go down the street and see somebody doing that on the side of the road for no reason. For no reason. Listen, you know what? You know what I saw one time with my own two eyes? Not making it up. I should have my camera ready to take a picture. It was a mobile strip club. Not making it up. It was somebody that had a van or something. I don't know how they had it set up, but it was a strip pole outside, and there was girls on there dancing. Just outside, random, outside. So if I want to see that, Kamala Harris, in Atlanta, which is where you were, I could see that down the street for free. Why I got to go to your rally to see it? I want to see real talent like Carrie Underwood, the marching band, etc., the opera singer. I want to see that, not twerking rappers. So it's crazy that the Republicans got better black talent to come perform than the Democrats. But the Democrats say they love us and they are friends, all that and the third. I can't tell. I cannot tell. I can't tell. So yeah, shout out to MVSU. I'm proud of y'all. Keep doing your thing. Haters gonna hate, but so what? Haters gonna hate, but they ain't stop nothing. They didn't stop a thing. All right. Not Freaknik. Yeah, well, they had Freaknik back in the day. Yeah. They did have Freaknik back in the day, but that got shut down. Yeah, that's another example. Back in those days, you were able to see everything. Too much back then. Yeah, that was a mess back then. I'm gonna play Carrie Underwood right quick. This was a great moment because during the inauguration, of course, she was going to sing America the Beautiful. Well, she did sing it, but there was going to be music, and I guess it didn't work. I don't know what happened, but I think it was great that it didn't work because the a cappella version was so beautiful with everybody singing in the background. It was great. I loved it.
If you know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
A beautiful moment. And then I saw a comment earlier. Somebody said, hey, ABL, were you about to start tearing up when that played? Hey, look, I'm not going to confirm or deny that. Maybe I had one tear right here in the corner of my eye, but it didn't drop down because that right there was so beautiful. You can't help but to tear up. This is a press conference. You can't help it. Sorry about that. You can't help it because it was really beautiful. It really, really was. So shout out to Carrie Underwood. You, ma'am, did amazing. You did fantastic. All right. Now, this is the White House website. Okay. So we come in, have our inauguration. We got beautiful performances. We got great speeches. We got all that good stuff. And then as soon as we come in, we're going to make changes immediately, instantly, right away. We're doing executive orders. We're changing stuff. People getting fired. And more affirmative action. Right quick before we continue, affirmative action. Did you cry? Did you cry? Shout out to you if you cried. Hey, you teared up. It's okay. I get it. You saw that tear hanging out. Shout out to you, Carrie. Shout out to you. But Trump comes in and makes changes right away, instantly. Here's what they did to the website. Okay, America's back. First of all, you got Trump on the front, right? Pointing. America is back. Every single day, I'll be fighting for you with every breath in my body. I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. Okay, with the 47 in the signature. And executive action, news. Okay, we got the not mugshot. We got the official portrait, which is a mugshot recreation. So we got Trump, JD, Melania, cabinet. Our priorities. President Trump is committed to lowering costs for all Americans, securing our borders, unleashing American energy dominance, restoring peace through strength, and making all Americans safe and secure once again. All right. So I'm loving the overhaul of the website. I'm loving it 100%. So, hey, that's something we got to have. Overhauls of the website, overhauls to the policy. Really important things. There's also a video on the website. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. All right, so we got the... What do you think? You like the video? It was a good video. Y'all let me know. Good, bad, gotta revamp, gotta change it. I like it. I like where we're going with the country. And you know what? I think that this is a prime opportunity to really get American patriotism back to the forefront. To be proud to be an American. There's a lot of anti-American rhetoric coming from Americans themselves. So maybe we should have a Carrie Underwood sing America the Beautiful. Maybe we should have, we should display the things that make America great. We should kind of lean into that more than the hatred and the negativity towards our country. I know we do that, but we got to make it really be a much bigger thing, in my humble opinion. So, now here's Trump talking about we're going to eliminate DEI, affirmative action, all of that good stuff, and we're only going to have 2 genders. Just 2. That's all we need is 2.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Things that seem to be so simple, things seem to be so much common sense that for some reason are not common sense anymore. You got to explain to grown people there's only 2 genders. You got to explain simple things that make sense for us to be able to do that some just don't get. It's common sense. That's right, Bit Lebowski. It's common sense, but not everyone has it. And I got to show a picture of our Vice President, JD. Shout out to Wokeness posting this. Wokeness says, JD Vance was born in the poorest part of the country to a drug-addicted single mother. Now he's a VP of the USA. All right, so there we go. There go young JD, my Appalachian cousin. All right, look, if you're from Appalachia, you're related to me. I don't care if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, the Kenyan stripe. You're my cousin. Matter of fact, if you're an American, how about that? You're an American. You proud to be an American. You're my family. All right. So there go young JD. All right. Out there with Mamaw and everybody chilling. And then sworn in. Imagine that. Only in America, right? Only in America can you do that. A big part of the reason why, or yet another reason why I love this country, because you could do stuff like that. I mean, me, look, West Virginia, like, imagine you're a black person in West Virginia. Like, the level of poverty, people don't understand, because you got a lot of poor whites. People, when they think about poverty, for some reason, they don't think about white people, but you got poor whites too. When I was showing some of the video from Ohio, when they had the whole migrant situation that was very popular, which is still kind of going on, but anyway, when I was showing video from that, people were like, oh, what's going on with these people? I was like, oh yeah, these are the poor whites. You didn't know they existed, huh? Some people don't know that these kind of people exist. Yes, you got whites that don't have anything. They have no money, or they're struggling to get by. They're homeless. Yes, they exist. So if you're in a place where that is a norm, what are you going to do as a black person in that situation? You know, mom and them grew up in the 60s before civil rights. Like, how are you going to have anything? You know? So yeah, black, white, or whatever, out Appalachia, we kind of all in the same boat. So the whole racism thing, that's not really what we do. Not for real. Anyway, yep. And shout out to Usha. Shout out to the kids. It's an amazing story. It is an amazing story. All right. Now, what's also an amazing story is these migrants getting their CBP-1 app deactivated. Hey, you want to come into the country? Good luck. You want to come into the country? Good luck with that. All right. Somebody said PWT. That's right. Yep. And they'd be your next door neighbor. They'd be your best friend too. That's Appalachia, Ohio, West Virginia. That's what that is. But this right here is a great scene. We've been able to get them in office, Trump and JD, to get them, these migrants, back over there. Okay? I love it. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. All right? I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Oh, here's the El Paso border crossing. All right? Let me see. This is from KFOX 14 News from 2 days ago, January 20th. Immediately, instantly, January 20th, 12:45 p.m., noon, January 20th, right on Inauguration Day, that border got closed instantly. So look, here's the caption. The port of entry in downtown El Paso was temporarily closed Monday morning, moments before Trump's swearing-in ceremony. Trump announces declaring a national emergency at the border, reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy and ending catch and release. All right, check it out.
Beyond this point will result in the arrest, prosecution, and possible application of force. Advertencia. Esta es una área restringida federal, fuera de los límites del personal no autorizado. La entrada o el movimiento no autorizado más allá de este punto dará lugar a la detención, al procesamiento y la aplicación posible de la fuerza. Personnel. Unauthorized entry or movement beyond this point will result in the arrest.
So there we go. Hey, instantly they closed the border. Again, one day can make a big difference. One election can make a big difference. One election, one person, one team can change the entire country. It could change the entire world. And we did that. So yeah, I love it. And El Paso, I love El Paso. It's a nice little town. Okay. When they have the border secure, it's a nice little town. But when the border's not secure, it's not quite so nice. And right across the border, you get Juarez. And Juarez is very dangerous. Very, 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 very dangerous. Very poor, very dangerous. Because in Mexico, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but there's a culture of death. It's nothing to kill you. It's nothing to kill you, dispose of your body or whatever. It's like that down there. So, yeah, you don't want that kind of criminal element from this particular part of the world to come across and be the norm in the USA. You don't want that. But when the border's wide open, you're going to get that. All right. I'm not saying everybody from Mexico is going to be like that, but what I'm saying is that there are some there who will do that. There are some there who will do that. And you don't want that to be in the USA. Hold on. David LaFon says, ABL, people are saying that black folks will have a hard time finding jobs without DEI. I disagree with that. What are your thoughts? Anyone in the chat? Feel free to weigh in. Now, people who say that, not you, David, you're asking the question about what they say. People who say that are racist because, okay, must I utilize some kind of special program to get a job? I mean, it comes across like you have no confidence in yourself if you think you need that to get a job, if you need that to become somebody. You know, it just comes off like you have no, because here's the thing about it. What are you trying to do? You trying to do an easy job that requires no skill and just get appointed to a place? Well, for that, you might need DEI. But everyone else couldn't get that job if it didn't have DEI. You understand? So it's not just a black thing. Let me explain that one more time. Okay. Let's say there's a job opening, one job opening, and you have a bunch of applicants. Everybody's good. Everybody's qualified. Now, out of those qualified people, the majority of them are white or Asian. Matter of fact, let's say all of them who are really qualified as far as their prior experience, their education, the cultural fit, which is important, they're all qualified to do the job. You as a black person don't have those qualifications, but you're black, so you're able to get the job over them. See what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if those white and Asian people had your same level of skill, they could not get the job. The only reason why you got it is because you're black. Rather than settling for mediocrity, rather than settling for just getting it through the back door and try to finesse the system, how about we just become better at whatever it is you're trying to do? Become better at this job. Become better as far as being able to fit in culturally. You know, talk to your coworkers, get along with them. Using this DEI thing, it just makes you be put in a place where you really don't belong. Just do better. Just do better. That's all. Yeah, I don't, that to me, it just kind of like, I give up. I give up. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not skilled enough. I'm not X, Y, and Z enough. I need the white man to give me a job just because I'm black. That is so soft. That is so whack. And I can't do it. I can't get behind that. I don't even look. If I went somewhere and got a job and then I find out it's DEI, I'm gonna go ahead and quit. And there's a lot of games like that in corporate America. They play with you. And that's part of the reason why I'm not in corporate America. I got a story to tell. Now, I heard this before. Might have been on a podcast or something like that, but here's what happened. So a lot of times DEI is used against black people. It's weaponized against you. So let's say, for example, you are in a job, you're in a role, you're not doing that well necessarily, but they don't want to fire you because that'll look bad. Maybe you're there, you're a black person, you represent diversity. They don't really want to fire you. And you're not doing that bad, but they would rather have somebody else in your shoes who's better, getting paid the same amount of money. So here's what happens. DEI comes along. Okay, Miss Black Woman, you are a black person here at the job, and you're talking about Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot. I love Kamala, I love Barack. That's you? Okay, Miss Vacation Braids. What we're going to do right now is give you a DEI role at the job. It'd be your job to usher in new recruits and blacks and Hispanics and everybody else. That'd be your job under DEI. But guess what? It's going to be a duty. It's not really going to be another job, meaning you're not going to get paid more for this quote unquote duty. And what they do, they overload you with work, put a lot on your back. Now you're burnt out. And eventually you quit But guess what happened? All you did was get set up. They used DEI to force you out, and then they're going to hire some Asian person, put them right there in your seat, and they go better than you did. That's the game. So you shouldn't be worried about DEI as a thing that you need. We really don't need that. Let go of the training wheels and become your own man or your own woman. Be the best at whatever it is that you do. Become indispensable. Do not rely on a program to get you in the door because of your skin color. Am I saying something wrong? Y'all let me know in the comments. What do you think? And you know what? I was a young man when I figured that out, because I was young out of college. I'm trying to apply to jobs. I'm like 21 years old. Oh, the white man don't want me. But really, I was super raw, still from the hood, did not get along culturally. I'm 6'3", I'm loud. I don't fit in this environment. I go in the office, you got one white man who's like 5'8", thinking he's pretty, and all black women. How do I fit in? You tell me. How do I fit in? Huh? I'm looking like Gucci Man in 2008 with a suit on in the office building. How am I going to fit in there? Make it make sense. The same way Dr. Bounty Hunter is going to go into a job talking about I'm going to sit at a desk. How is that going to work? You don't fit into the culture. Anyway, I was triggered on that one because I've gone through that, the whole corporate America process. I've been self-employed for 20 years and I'm doing pretty well. Okay. I got a car full of garages. Shout out to Boosie. A car full of garages, 4-bed, 3-bath house. I'm doing very well. I'm chilling. Never been locked up. No baby mamas. I'm good. Straight from West Virginia and then the hoodest area in Virginia out Portsmouth. That's where I'm from. And I was able to do what I'm doing. You got guys that come from nicer environments, mommy and daddy, having money, and then start crying about, oh, I need DEI to get a job. You soft, you're weak, never had any kind of adversity in your life, so you've not been able to develop any kind of character. So, yeah, matter of fact, no affirmative action, DEI, stop all that stuff. That's going to make a lot of y'all step it up. Step it up. All right. So yeah, a car full of garages. It's an inside. If you saw that clip, then you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep on going here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Paige Sphere, hopefully I said your name right, says, how do I keep motivated? Well, I just want to be of service to people. I want to be able to help people. So when you guys call in and say, hey, you know what? I took your advice and I bettered myself. I lost 70 pounds. I bettered myself. I got better in my trade. I got better in my skill and I was able to get more money. Hey, you know what? I was listening to you and B. Tatum and Candace Owens, and I was able to be conservative openly. When I hear things like that, that motivates me to keep on going, to be able to be of service to people, to help humanity, to help this country. That's why I keep on going. Okay. And I like living my life, having a good time as well. But the main thing is my purpose of service to this world, to this nation, to people. That's what motivates me. Now, and again, I was feeling the same way even back in the day where I didn't have a lot of money. Okay, I'm doing well now, but I'm 40 years old. When I was in my late 20s, I ain't had no car. I had no car for like 3 to 4 years. I had no car. I had 1 year where I made $18,000 the whole year. This is like I was 29 making that, 29 years old, 18,000. Almost got evicted, all of that, but I still had the same mentality. I'm here to help people. I'm here to do the right thing. I'm not going to be subservient to others. That mentality carried me throughout to the point where I'm here right now. You know, simple. Now, speaking about race and quotas and stuff like that, this is CBS looking at the inauguration. See what they say.
You guys, I have to say, I'm looking at this crowd. I do not see many people of color. Has anybody else besides me observed that? I'm fascinated by why that is.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the most notable and one of the most high-ranking is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, first black woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court, notably appointed by Joe Biden as he wanted to follow in the footsteps of Jimmy Carter and appointing a number of women and black women to the federal judgeships.
General Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, is probably there. In fact, that might be the side of his head. No, because he's there. Well, I can't tell what uniform that is.
I can't tell from this.
But he was undoubtedly there.
Yeah, I saw Jim Clyburn.
Yes, the term of color is racist because people of color, what is that really? People of color is colored people backwards with an of in the middle. Make it a little bit more fancy. Or we're not saying coloreds, we're saying people of color. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. They might as well say the N-word and just, keep it all the way real. It's the same thing. Just like when they say, oh, well, if you deport immigrants, you're going to get rid of the fruit pickers, the bed makers, all this, that, and the third. So if you are an immigrant, you immigrated to the country, all you're going to do is scrub toilets in Howard Johnson? Like, what are we talking about? You're going to be in the Hyatt picking up sheets and pillows and mopping the floor? Is that what an immigrant does only? Okay, so Elon Musk, he doesn't exist. Sundar Pichai, he doesn't exist. It's kind of weird. Steve Jobs, Lebanon, he doesn't exist. R.I.P. to Steve Jobs. Yeah, R.I.P. But you see what I'm saying? Immigrants can do a lot more than what they say. But in their world, they look at themselves. When I say they, I mean the elites. They see themselves as the slave owners back in the day. It's the same mentality, the exact same mentality. Back in the day, slave owner, his whole thing was, okay, let's get this labor done for a low amount of money. Let's have an underclass to do these jobs to make us rich. Elites the same way. Let's have an underclass to do these jobs to make us rich. It's the same thing. So I'm not a proponent of slavery, nor am I a proponent of what they're trying to do right now. It's like a neo-feudalism. That's kind of what's happening right now. They want to bring back the feudalism, and they want to bring in a lower class of people to do it. What they don't like is how Americans say, no, we're not going to do feudalism. We escaped that many years ago. We fought a bloody war. Thousands of Americans died. Because of this, we're done. But they are obsessed with it. That's their whole mentality, to bring that kind of system back. All right. Yeah, Howard Johnson. Now I'm old. Is Howard Johnson still around? I think Howard Johnson might be done. Oh, and then also Trump parting the J6ers, if I didn't say that earlier.
So this is a big one. Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. They're expecting it. Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
Were there any cases you did not commute or part of people?
We're looking at different things, but the commutations would be the ones that we'll take a look and.
So yeah, there we go. So shout out to Trump for releasing the J6ers. Releasing the J6ers, it was well overdue. All right. Somebody tried to correct me on the car full of garages thing. You just didn't get it, sir. And all I have is an associate's degree. People, they think kind of crazy things. They say, oh, you sound so well. Are you from the suburbs? You have like a master's degree? I'm just a regular person. Just like everybody else, I'm a regular guy. I'm not some kind of, what I mean? People just don't think highly of themselves. And when they see somebody that's doing what I'm doing, they think I got to be above them, but I'm not. I'm the same as you. But you got to have confidence in yourself that you could be the same as me. All right. But what else do we got? We got a whole lot going on here, but I want to get to the calls in a minute. So y'all, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. All right. So what was it? The Elon thing? It's a whole lot. Oh, I think I want to show some of this. The woke bishop. Oh, I got to show this.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican.
JD Vance is my spirit animal. His face, you just see his face? Hey, I'm telling you, that's my Appalachian cousin. That's how we do. That's how we all do. Because this right here was ridiculous. First of all, how do you have a female bishop? Like, what part of the game is that? 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Can I cite scripture? I've read the book before. I have read your book. And I respect the book. I respect the religion. But people like this don't. Can we go to the scripture right quick? Let me just bring it up, okay? 1 Timothy 2:11 through 12. Okay, let's just look at it. And we're going to go NIV. We can go KJV, but NIV kind of just break it down a little bit better. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, it says, again, open your Bibles to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 through 12. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. It says it right there in the book. So why do we have a female bishop? It goes against the very text that you read every day. It's right there in it. So what are we talking about? I don't get it. It's weird.
Lesbian and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens.
The faces is like same thing. Look at Trump. Look at Ivanka. Ivanka, hey, I love not Ivanka, pardon me, Melania. I love Melania. Melania is fantastic. She's great. That face right there can pierce a hole right in the universe. And Trump is like, oh, this. I can hear all the curse words in Trump's mind right now. And JD, same thing. Tiffany, everybody.
Or have the proper documentation.
Oh, yeah, of course. She's describing the slaves. Didn't I say it? Somebody's pointed it out right there. Ali Fox said, she said it. She's describing white slaves. Exactly. That's how they see any immigrant. They see him as someone to work for them, someone to do cheap labor and be the underclass. And they say, oh, I love them and all this, that, and the third. But really, they just want that slave labor. That's all.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands.
So is it about they're going to come over here and work in the fields and scrub toilets, or are they fleeing persecution? Like, which one is it? Make it make sense. And a lot of these so-called immigrants you're talking about, illegal aliens, they are paying people to come over here. Big money. Let me ask y'all a question. Can you afford to just throw away $5,000? How about $10,000? Can you just take out of your account right now $10,000 US and set it on fire? Can you do that? The migrants can, because they're paying that 5-10 grand each time they want to cross. And they're trying to cross multiple times. They got money. I'm not trying to hear nothing about nothing. They're coming over here to get more money. That's what they're doing. They're economic migrants. Simple. Whether it be by hook or by crook, they want to come over here and quote unquote work or finesse the system or engage with criminality like the Venezuelan gangs, TDA do. You see what I'm saying? But that's enough of that. I want to show you guys this lady from probably back in the 2020 riots.
Why did you want to come out here and send
their message? It is a message of a call for justice, for swift justice for George Floyd, for systemic justice for all brown and black people who have been under the knee of this country in ways that we have witnessed time and again. This is wrong. And this rising up, this spontaneous uprising of people, mostly half my age or younger, they're the ones we should be listening to.
And they're angry at the president.
They're so angry.
They're angry at the president. So what is your message to President Trump today?
Well, I've given up speaking to President Trump. We need to replace President Trump. We need leadership that will lead us in the ways that this country deserves.
Now, this is back in 2020, before Biden, quote unquote, won the election. Also in 2020, her church got set on fire. Okay, St. John's in D.C. Remember the whole thing where Trump had the Bible out in front of the church because Antifa and Black Lives Matter set her church on fire? Now, for some reason, she found a way to blame Trump for Antifa and Black Lives Matter burning her church in Washington, D.C. Like, make that make sense. How is that Trump's fault? That's your guys doing that. So when she said, oh, they're much younger than me, it's an uprising, she's talking about those who burnt her church. Antifa and Black Lives Matter. This big, you know what I mean, carbohydrate eating person behind her is probably the guy that had that book of matches and set it on fire to begin with. You see what I'm saying? These people, man. And I was in DC in 2020 before the election, and I'm seeing bullet holes, boarded up buildings. It was a mess. It was a mess. DC is a mess, man. Homeless black teenagers with book bags on. 15-year-old boys homeless all over DC. Book bags. Sleeping in entranceways of Wells Fargo Bank in DC. The police, I don't know what they're doing. And that was in 2020. It's gotten worse since then. Crime, violence, all the way up. You got white guys talking about yeah, man, I'm hearing shooting every night. It's like 50% more violent crime. I'm scared I might get carjacked. Yeah, because you're talking about, okay, defund the police. And this is how I know a lot of these woke warriors, DEI recipients have never had any kind of adversity in their life. Because they think that, oh, we're over-policed and the police shouldn't be here. They're not needed. They don't know what it's like to live in a community where you hear gunshots every night. I have. I lived there before. Yes, I have. I know what it's like to be in the 4th grade and when your classmates get shot and killed in the neighborhood. I know what that's like. They don't. So when they go to a DC where it's active still, oh, no police. We don't need police. And then when the police are gone, they're going to realize how much they needed them. But if they had any kind of life adversity, if they had any kind of life experience, if they had any kind of education about this world, then they would know that beforehand. You see? See how that works? Anyway, I'm triggered, so I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Dead Mike says, ABL sounds scary. You ain't from the city like me. What city are you from? What city are you from, sir? Okay. What city are you from? All right. It's a mess, but they don't know anything. That's a problem. And I'm gonna always say that it's lack of education. Lack of education. They don't know what's going on. They just, and they just kind of do things and they kind of say things. And then when the reality strikes them, they're going to be totally unprepared. They're not going to be ready. They're not going to be able to deal with it. And then they're going to say, oh, where's the police? All this, that, and the third. All right. Oh, I got to say one more thing here. Barack Obama. Mr. Obama, are you single, my man? Like, what's really going on, bro? You single? Like, what's happening? Where's Big Mike at? You ain't gonna tell us that? Where Big Mike at? She ain't go to Reagan's funeral, or not Reagan, pardon me, Jimmy Carter's funeral, and she did not go to the inauguration. Look at this.
President Obama.
Barack Obama.
Solo, flying solo.
Michelle Obama not attending today. She also did not attend the Carter funeral, saying that she would prefer not to.
President Obama.
So it's like, bro, what's really going on here? Where's Big Mike? Now, this is him looking kind of somber and sad and whatnot, going to the actual inauguration, while all the other presidents are there with their wives. Slick Willie, Hillary is right there. Laura is right there. Trump, Melania is right there. Biden, Jill is right there. Kamala, Doug is right there. You got a lot of black folks talking about, oh, Michelle stood on Britney. She stood on Britney because she ain't want to go to. Well, don't y'all call Kamala black? But she was there with her white husband. So are we just going to all of a sudden forget about how y'all called Kamala a black woman? Oh, okay, cool. So Michelle is black and it's okay for her not to go to the thing because of those who were there and leaving her husband out here just to. If your husband is a president, if you're married to a man, if he says, hey, we have to go here, you need to go with him. You need to go with him. Don't let him just go out there by himself. You need to go with him. Especially in this instance. Especially. Now, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. Okay. Now, this is Obama all in the restaurant, going through the back door. Hold on. All in the restaurant, going through the back door, doing the little jog up the stairs, having a good old time, taking pictures, going in the back of the house, waving at people. Obama is basically a single man out here in these streets. Obama is a passport bro, basically like this dude out here living his best life, chilling. I don't see a sad man right there. He's chilling. Where Michelle at? Where Big Mike at? She's not in DC at all. Where is she at? And at their house where that man had an accident. Where is she at? Chicago? Nah. Unless she got a problem, like she's sick or something, she should not be anywhere else other than right there with Barack Obama. So the rumor has it is they got marital problems and they might be headed toward the divorce. But that's just a rumor. I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea. But what I do know is that he's not been seen with her at two big events, Jimmy Carter funeral and the presidential inauguration. Everybody, all living presidents, vice president, everybody was there except for her. Embarrassing. So yeah, shout out Big Mike. Shout out to Barry. Hey man, you gotta tighten your house up, bro. Tighten your house up because it didn't really look too good. All right. Now, speaking about first ladies, I'm gonna get to the calls in a minute. Nobody can touch this style. Jill Biden could never. Kamala could never. You think Kamala going to come to the White House dressed like this or any kind? Kamala can never. Kamala, if she was in some alternate universe to become the president of this US of A, Kamala would come to the White House looking like Hillary Clinton at best. Kamala would take fashion advice from Hillary Clinton, looking like Chairman Mao, Ni Hao Mao, all that good stuff, right? Melania, this right here is, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I was blown away. Amazing. All right. And that picture right there, that right there is iconic. Both of them. Styled right. They are statuesque. They're both tall. Trump's like over 6 foot. So is she, or close to it, with them heels on. I mean, the way they look, great. Policies, great. Everything, right on point. I'm with it. So yeah, shout out to them. And shout out to you guys as well. Let's get to the calls. I know it's kind of late in the show. I'll stay for a little bit later here. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right. So who y'all think is better, Jackie O or Melania as far as the fashion sense? Y'all let me know. Carmen San Diego. Not Santiago. Carmen San Diego. Who was it? Said she looked like Raiden or somebody. It was all kind of things that they said that she looked like. But at the end of the day, she looked amazing. Okay. It said V for Vendetta, all kind of stuff. But she looked good, though. all the memes and jokes are fine, but to say, it's one thing to make a joke about what she had on. Okay, that's cool. That's funny. Nice memes. But to say that she didn't look good, that'd be silly. That'd just be ridiculous. That'd be a lie. That'd be a big bald head, bold face lie. But anyway, let's get to some super chats, and we're going to get to the calls. All righty. Thank you to Jude Raw for show for becoming an ABL supporter. Thank you to Ruth Vettner for becoming an ABL supporter. Thank you to Apple Barker All Puff Daddy, who says, hey, Ivan, several LA homeowners saved their houses from the wildfires using their own garden hose, which had water. You are very ignorant firefighting. Thank you to Apple again, who says, hold on. Hey, Ivan, several LA homeowners. Oh, I read that one. Also, he says, women cannot be bishops. 1 Corinthians 14:34, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12, and chapter 3, verse 2, Titus chapter 1, verses 6 through 9, Acts 6:3. Bible says females cannot be deacons or priests or preacher. Correct. It's right in the book. So when somebody wants to say, oh, ABL, you're a bigot, you hate women, I'm reading for your book. I'm reading for your book. So we talking about Christianity. We're talking about something very specific. So you have guidelines in the book. It's a manual. So if, let's just say, for example, the manual of a piece of machinery says, hey, do X, Y, and Z and crank it, and then the machine comes on. Do what the manual says. If you don't and it doesn't work, you can't be like, oh, well, this thing it's a dud. Nah. Follow what it says to do in the book. That's it. So ain't no point in attacking me for knowing how to read. You know, hey, if you cannot read, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Okie dokie. They call me a bigot for knowing how to read a book. It's like, bro, I'm just pointing at the scripture. It says what it says. Don't get upset with me. Get upset with King James or whoever had the book transcribed from Hebrew that you read. Anyway, thank you to Apple Barker All Puff Daddy, who says, ABL, you see the J6ers released from DC Gulag. Praise God and thank you, President Trump. Evil Democrat judges and mayors slow walking releases. Pray for Jeremy Brown, Green Beret, who's not released because of fake gun charges. Thank you to Rose Readings, who says Josh Shapiro, Byron Donalds, or JD Vance for 2028. JD Vance all day long. And not because he's my cousin from Appalachia, but out of those, I like JD. And Josh Shapiro is a Democrat, ain't he? Why would I want him to be the president? And I like Byron Donalds. I'm not quite sure that he is suited to become the president. I like him, though. I do like him. But I think he might be better off at this point becoming the governor of Florida, like a DeSantis. I think he would do great in that role. But president, maybe in the future. But for right now, JD, he's already in the White House, so it'd be easy transition. You're the vice president, okay. In 2026, 2027, whenever, start running. And 2028, you be in. That's my opinion. Okay, thank you to Apple again, who says, ABL, loved your reactions on MVSU marching band when they performed for President Trump at Capitol One Arena. Your enthusiasm was genuine and your spirit soared. Thank you for that. You know, it was a long road. And when I first saw the story, I was really kind of moved and touched by it. And when it came out, it was like they made it. I felt like it was an accomplishment for all of us to get them there and to get past the naysayers. And it was also a big moment for the community to see that. It's like, you know what? We're not going to be bullied by you losers in the community that don't ever want to go anywhere or do anything. You want to stay in poor. You want to stay poor your whole life. You want to be in poverty. Want to cry to the white man with a handout. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. We're done with that. We're going to really do things for ourselves and keep moving forward. Moving forward. If you are poor, you want to smoke crack, you want to drink alcohol and just be a loser your whole life, I can't do nothing with you. I don't care what color you are. My black brother, my hind parts, okay, I don't associate with losers, period. I don't care who they are, where they from, what color they are, or nothing. Thank you to Whalers860 who says, I hear Kamala is doing Colt 45 commercials, and that's funny. Thank you to Apple again who says, Anna Navarro of The View called black people who performed at President Trump's inauguration trained SEALs. Miss Navarro should be fired immediately. Wait a minute. I gotta fact check it now, Apple. Let me see what happened here. Let me see. Anna Navarro. Or how you spell her name? Is it one N? Anna, yeah, two, well, not one N. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. I found it. Trained SEALs. All right, that's what we are. Okie dokie. That's not racist at all. Referring to black folks by some brown animal that's what we do. All right.
To them, and it was so many other people. The thing that really I think was spotlighting Snoop is because of the things that Snoop Dogg said 10 days before the inaugural in 2017. And so look, if you opposed and stood up against Trump in 2017.
8 years ago? That's 8 years ago. Listen, okay, I was in favor of Trump in 2015 when he came down the escalator. When he came down the escalator with Melania, I was like, let's do it. Okay, right around that time, I'm like, yo, I thought it was a joke at first, but then when he started talking, I'm like, okay, he makes sense. So 2015, I'm for Trump. Now, what's 8 years before then? 2007? Oh, I would have been totally against Trump because I was different in 2007. My mind was different in 2007 than it was in 2015. Let's do a little bit of context, shall we? So 2007, I'm what, 23 years old? I'm 23 years old. I'm very young, still raw, still hood. I'm 23 years old. 2015, I'm in my 30s. Well, I'm in my 30s. I'm a full-grown man. I understand more of the world now. So look, 31 years old, full-grown man. I'm much different than I was at 23. Snoop may have changed from 2017 to 2025. So we're not allowed to change. We can't have a change of heart. We can't be different. We got to be one way our whole life. That's just silly.
But you were there now. If you spoke up against Trump January 7th, 2021, but you were there now applauding him like a trained SEAL, Donald Trump has not changed. You've changed. Yeah.
Is that a problem to change? Like, am I getting attacked for maturing and growing? Is that bad?
I oddly agreed with Ilhan Omar on this. I think it's the first time I've agreed with her. I don't come for the artist. It's the same way I felt about Carrie Underwood. I think that people see it as part of American tradition to be part of this. They can issue statements if they want to clarify what their views are on Trump. I don't like coming for the artist. I think if you feel like people need to be boycotting Donald Trump, which I disagree with, I'd go to the politicians. I mean, if Barack Obama can show up for him, why shouldn't Snoop Dogg?
So there we go. So it's just hate. It's just hate. People hating. You know, but like I said, the haters and the losers, who cares, right? You could stay over there. Enjoy your fentanyl and crack smoke all you want, man. But I'm gonna keep on moving. Okay. Anna Navarro can enjoy her Ozempic, and this area right here don't even look right. But I ain't gonna talk about that because I'm a gentleman. Enjoy your Ozempic, Anna, and just don't worry about us no more. How about that? Apu also says, ABL, how do you rate Trump's first 2 days as president? A++. He's doing a lot. He's doing so much more in the first. He did so much more in the first day than Biden accomplished throughout the entire 4 years, in my opinion. Thank you to Laura Catherine, who says, we have common sense leadership again in the USA. Right on. Thank you to Black Suburban Debt Reviews, who says, back in 2018, listening to ABL, Brandon Tatum, and the amazing Lucas, a.k.a. Liberal Lucas, made it okay for me to switch and come out as conservative despite the pushback. You see? Look at my man right there. So 2018, he switched. It's now 2025. So he got to say the same forever. He can't change his mind. He can't grow. He can't elevate. He can't, learn something new and make a change as a result. So if I weigh 500 pounds, I can't lose weight and become physically fit later in my life. I can't do that. I got to stay fat and die young. People are crazy. Thank you to Apple again, who says, ABL, your opinion on those J6ers who are refusing President Trump's pardon for their convictions, claiming they escaped MAGA cult and deserve punishment. Well, that's on them. They want to stay in the penitentiary, go ahead. I mean, that's the right to do that. Enjoy prison. Thank you to Ron Henderson, who says, yes, DEI office closed at 5 p.m. Get out of here with that stuff. That's right. Thank you to Devin Olsen, who says, shout out to Sheree for holding down the fort all inauguration stream. Yes, hey, shout out to Sheree. Hold on. Shout out to Sheree. Absolutely. Thank you to Dude Raw for show, who says, no pardons for the lawfare lawyers. Hey, that's a good question. Thank you to Apple Barker, Apple of Daddy, who says, hey, ladies, choose your man, ABL or Weirdo Beardo. The dude from earlier, shout out to you. Weirdo Beardo is great, man. I'm going to use that one, Apu. Yeah, when I get one of these crazy liberals, I would like, look, Weirdo Beardo, pump your brakes. I'm using that one. That's a good one. Thank you to Blast Radius, who says, we need to make sanatoriums great again for so many of the mentally ill leftists out there still crashing out over the election. I'm dead serious. This is a mental crisis in America, ABL. Yes. People are really losing their minds. And again, I blame the mainstream media because that's all they do. They stoke the fears of people. They stoke the mental breakdowns that they have, which is why they break down like that. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says Virginia has the same mountainous views. Absolutely. You go out west, Charlottesville, Afton Mountain. Yep. And Roanoke, once you go past there, Blue Ridge Mountains is beautiful. Thank you to Marianne McPherson, who says, love you in this chat family. Thank you, ABL. Thank you for that. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you to Susan Nelkin, who says, I'm in hospital in the blue state. Monday, lots hops workers, crazy, angry abuse parties. I kept inauguration on TV. I took abuse. Kept your eye on the elderly in the hospital, nursing homes, physical rehabs. So it's a lot of crazy workers in there abusing the patients. That's crazy. Suze, hopefully everything goes well for you. Hopefully God will be there to protect you and you make it through. Yeah, it's crazy how we got a lot of bad people out here abusing the patients. Yeah, anyone who does that, you abusing the elderly person, you abusing the patient, you need to go straight to prison immediately. Think of the Sapphire P, who says, how about the female bishop who told God to tell Trump to accept gays and transformers? Yeah, I covered that. That lady was crazy. I mean, again, you want to attack Trump on Inauguration Day or right after, and you're a female bishop. But again, it's DC. So DC is full of people just like that. So, yeah, DC is a weird place. Thank you to NS Sports TV, who says, this is the UK's Jeremy Corbyn did the Nazi salute too. I mean, it's only a Nazi salute whenever the person doing it is seen as an enemy of whoever says it. And it's usually, we don't do that on our side, they do it. If I see a guy do something like this, waving at the crowd, I know what it is. I'm not trying to say, oh, he's a Nazi, because I'd be a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm not going to say something that's something that I know it's not, or I have no evidence of it. I'm not going to do that, but they don't really care about that. They just do that all day long. Thank you to Christine Evans, who says, Joe and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Joe fell down and broke his crown, and Jill ran off with Doug Emhoff. That is great. The Jack and Jill remix, I loved it. Happy New Year, ABL, and welcome home, Trump and JD Vance. Right on. Thank you to Laura Catherine, who says, ABL, do you think someone messed up Carrie Underwood's mic on purpose? I don't know. That's a good question. But whatever they did didn't work because it wound up being beautiful. Thank you to Ryan Henderson, who says, American pride once again. Right on. Thank you to PAS 2020, who says, now it's time to get rid of the corporate ESGs. Thank you to David LaFon. And I read it earlier, I'm going to read it again. He said, ABL, people are saying that black folks will have a hard time finding good jobs without DEI. I disagree with that. What are your thoughts? Anyone in the chat, feel free to weigh in. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, that whole thing's like a training wheel, and we need to let go of that kind of stuff in order to progress. I mean, at one point in this country, we needed a lot of things to get ourselves back up. But we have everything. And the main thing that we have is these phones, man. You got a whole supercomputer right in the palm of your hand. Right in the palm of your hand. But what a lot of us do rather than using it in a constructive fashion, we on there looking at TikToks. We on there laughing, kiki, doing all this kind of stuff, rather than really educating ourselves, rather than building ourselves up economically. We're using these devices for all the wrong reasons. Again, as I said before, when I was a boy, before the internet even existed, before cell phones even existed, I'm going to the library as a little boy, walking to the library, which is why that whole thing with the boy that got, his mom got arrested for letting the boy go to the store. But I'm like, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I walked to the library by myself, and it was further away than that store was. I'm going to the library by myself, going to the decimal system, I'm looking up books to read because I want to know something. Okay, I have a question in my mind. How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm going to the library and reading. All y'all gotta do is go on your phone and read it. Listen, I go on my phone a lot if I don't know something. Okay, what does that mean? Let me look it up. How do I pronounce that word? Let me look it up. How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm always every day learning something. I'm always every day reading every day. So it's really no excuse nowadays, 2025. You have all the tools you need to succeed in this world. And if you don't do it, in America especially, in America, listen, you're not disabled, you're able-bodied, you have all the tools necessary to make it, and you don't, that's on you. It is what it is. I ain't saying everybody got to be super rich and all this and that. I'm just saying, like, you can do something with yourself at a certain point. The crying and pointing to the government, please give me a job. No. Think of Ron Henderson. If you're young, especially, if you're young, you're in high school, college, the world is your oyster. You could do whatever you want. Ron Henderson says, I wonder if the government workers reported back to the office. Hopefully they did. Back in person in the office. Think it's Taylor Langley who says Trump should have gotten up and walked out with his finger up at the church service. Yeah. Think it's Devin who says, I challenge Bishop to have a one-on-one convo with Trump. Well, they don't want to do that. They're not really good faith. They don't come in good faith. Think it's a Blast Radius who says the Episcopal Church is a fake church run by feminist Karens and alphabet weirdos. Well, I think you're right, because that thing we saw, that exchange that we saw was a mess. And a female bishop, I cannot get over that. What is... Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Hey, yeah, Guy Smiley, but the thing about it, Guy Smiley, you can look up information on your phone. It may not be a full book you can read online, but you can look it up on your phone. Okay, so back in the day, I was wondering about one question. So I looked up a book that was close to the topic, and I'm reading the book to figure out the answer to one question. But now I can make that process go a lot quicker and expedite it by looking it up on my phone. Okay, I got it in 2 seconds versus having to go to the library, walking to the library by myself as 8, 9 years old, going to decimal system, finding the book, going to get the book, reading the book. See, that's a lot more time and energy versus just going right here. And nowadays, even if you can't read, you could just say, hey, X, Y, and Z, look this up, and it pops up on your phone. So it's no excuse no more, No excuse. All right, let's get to some calls. I know I'm late in the show. I'll stay for a while longer. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. I knew it was going to be a late show because I had so much because of the inauguration and everything. And we still got a lot more to cover. And we still got Uncle ABL to get back on now that inauguration is finished. But I have a lot to get off my chest. All right, let me get my sound together. And then we're going to be rocking. All right, perfect. All right, what's happening?
Hey, ABL, happy Wednesday.
Right on, same to you.
I am so happy. I can't even describe it anymore, even though I said happy, but I'm ecstatic. I feel like a whole range of just like good emotions.
Oh, right on. Same here. Absolutely. I mean, it's amazing because it's one thing to have the president get elected, but the inauguration is like, okay, now he's here.
Exactly. Like the whole time, I'm just praying. I'm just like, oh my God, like, I hope this man, completely goes through his whole inauguration. Like, no problems, no drama, no nothing, no one trying to snipe at him. Nothing. So I'm like praying the whole time. But I do also want to give you a huge thanks for hosting the inauguration. It was incredible. It was really nice. Seeing it with you, the little patriots enjoyed it, and they were just like, oh wow, like when what was it, Trump gave the shout out to Elon Musk, where he's like, oh, we're gonna go to like Mars or something, right, Elon, or something like that, to that effect. The kids were just cracking up. They're like, oh my God, look at Elon's face, like he looks so happy. So thank you so much for that. And then speaking about Elon Musk, I actually wanted to make a quick comment about the whole salute thing, because a lot of people are going like crazy, especially on TikTok, with the whole salute thing. So from what Elon even has said out of his own mouth, is that he actually has, it's called the Asperger syndrome. And that's pretty much it's
Autism.
like it's like an autism. He's on the spectrum. So they basically have a disorder affecting like their ability to socialize and communicate. So the way I would describe it is kind of like, sometimes odd, a little off behavior. Maybe you'll say some things here and there where it's like, it wasn't the right time for that. You do certain things, it's it kind of like the way you did was not the way you were supposed to do it. But it's kind of like they don't think before they speak or act. I guess I can put it in those kind of like more lamer terms. But I mean, he did say like, my heart goes out to you. But of course, the fake news is just going to clip what they want, spin the story, and call him a Nazi. But that's explaining the whole Elon topic thing. I have a question for you, ABL. Did you hear that Vivek is no longer with the whole Doge?
Yeah, so what's going on is he's going to be running for governor of Ohio.
Do you think something happened? Like there was a fallout though?
I mean, that's possible, but I don't really think so, because the news about him being trying to become the governor of Ohio, that already happened. So I'm not really surprised that this is going on, because he was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, I just found it like it was a little odd. He was very excited about it, and I think that he was a very well-fitted individual for the job. So I mean, that kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, oh wow. But I mean, let's see how this goes. I don't know if Elon's gonna then just run it on his own, or maybe he might, tag team somebody else in the whole journey of that. And then last but not least, I do want to comment real quick about the female bishop. I thought that was just despicable. It was just very horrible. It was disgusting. From what I know, that church, their domination is still Christian Protestant. So I'm actually very surprised as to the speech this individual gave, because a lot of us, even though there's different dominations of like Christianity, we all still fall under that category that we believe in how God created the world, right? And he created Adam and Eve, and that was the beginning of human creation. So for a bishop to even come out and say something like that is just out of this world. is just very wrong, and that's just the perfect description of it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And thank you so much for actually giving us that biblical verse, because that's actually what a woman's job is just to submit to the authority of the man. The man is the authority. And this is why in the beginning in Genesis, God only spoke to Adam. He never spoke to Eve. It was Adam's responsibility to instruct his wife, Eve, of what the instructions of God was given, the instructions that was given to him by God. So thank you so much for that. I just wanted to go ahead and just further throw my little 2 cents in on that. And I want to wish you a wonderful night, ABL. Thank you so much for everything. This week has been awesome. I'm so excited for the next 4 years, maybe the next 50, maybe the next 100. I don't know. We'll see, right? We're shooting for the stars here. God bless the chat, and the little pictures want to say good night.
Good night.
Thank you for calling. Definitely appreciate y'all.
Bye, ABL.
All righty. Shout out to them. Always love when they call. And you guys are fantastic. The phone lines are jam-packed, so y'all please hang tight. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Let's go to, y'all please pardon me. Let's go 215 on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, how's everything going?
It's going good, man. What's happening? Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, so ABL, I was watching Jubilee, right? Mm-hmm. And basically what they were saying was, it was interesting what this one dude said. Mind you, it was like leftist versus like far left, and basically what the one guy said was, he said, see, the thing about people on the left is we don't support open border policies too. We don't like open borders either. But the reason why we lost this election in 2024 is because we didn't make it known. We didn't get our message out there that we don't like open border policies either. That's what he said.
Okay. So, I mean, that's crazy, because what they did get out there was that they wanted the border to be open. What they did do is elect President Joe Biden, who had the border wide open. So I don't know what he's talking about. That appears to be what we call a big boat-faced lie.
So when you said that, I knew your reaction was gonna be like, "Wait, what? Like, that's not exactly." And I remember that back in 2021 and 2020, they were advocating for that, and they wanted that to stay like that. But then they changed their position, which they always do when it makes them look bad. They changed their position like late 2023. Matter of fact, not even 2020, it was like mid 2024. They started to change their position on the border.
I mean, they
changed their position.
I've not seen any change. They've not changed at all. I mean, even right now, they're going on TV talking about, oh, it's inhumane and let them in. And you just saw the lady, tried to chastise Trump at the church service, talking about, please have mercy on them because they're worried about their parents getting deported. She just said that just now, and he's a president now. So how did they have a different platform during the campaign when now they're still saying that they are for open borders?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, ABL. One thing I've learned about the left is like you can't trust anything they say. You just gotta watch their actions. I've noticed that over the past 4 years of watching politics, you can't listen to what they say. You gotta watch what they do, and that'll tell you enough right there.
Oh yeah, all day long, because they will tell you a lie. They'll tell you a lie in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. And they'll speak about it confidently, like they'll make them like they themselves believe that, but deep down it's not even true, even if they do believe it themselves. Because then there's a lot of people on the left, they lack a lot of self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember, and one more thing I wanted to say, I remember the night of the election. So I was over somebody's house, right, and this argument almost got heated. It got heated because the one guy, mind you, all three of them, they were like damn near old heads. They were all downstairs bashing Trump, right? And what happened was they were all talking smack about Trump when he won. And the one guy had the nerve to say, he said, I don't vote at all. He said, honestly, I don't even vote at all. This is one of the guys that's bashing Trump saying he doesn't vote at all. And he said, I don't even vote at all. And he said he doesn't vote for no politics. He doesn't participate in voting, period. So I was like, no, he did not just say that. So the energy just shifted immediately, and they just turned on him. It's like, well, what? They was just, I don't mean to gossip, ABL, but it was just like, I thought it was a bad idea to say that the Democrats just lost, and it's kind of a bad idea to say to join in the conversation of bashing Trump, and you say you don't vote at all.
So my thing is, people that say that is like, well, if you don't vote, then who cares what you think? What you think don't even matter because you're not even trying to participate. So it don't matter. Like, hey, if you don't vote, whatever the decision is, just live with it because you didn't vote. So it don't even matter. You shouldn't even be worried about it. If you're not worried about voting, then you're not worried about politics at all. So it's fine unless you can't vote because you know, it's rights taken away or whatever. Yeah. But if you can vote and you refuse to do it, then I don't care what you think about the election.
Oh, and basically that's exactly what they were telling him. He kept saying, I'm allowed to give my opinion. And they were like, look, we don't want to hear your opinion. We don't care about your opinion. You should have kept that to yourself. You shouldn't even have said that. Because now it's like, you just, like you said, why are you even giving an opinion if you choose not to vote?
Exactly.
And then being upset that another candidate win. It's like, it's just stupid.
Right. It's like, it don't even matter. Like, who cares what you think? Like, you're not even really involved with the process. So whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, yeah, that conversation ended with them telling him to just be quiet and stay quiet. And I was like, and he just kept trying to argue back. It's like that he has the right to give his opinion, but no, because they don't want to hear your opinion. That's the point they're making.
Right.
Yeah, but thanks for taking my call, ABL.
No problem. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Have a good night.
Same to you. All right. Shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. The number to call 434-658-1220. Let's go. 614 to the line. Who am I speaking to?
Camille. Hi, ABL. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
I am doing good. Listen, I sent you 5 pictures of Donald. He's in your inbox right now, and I swear it is the best. It's a cat. His name is Donald, and he has the red tie going on. And I don't know, I might be able to have him say something. Hang on a second. Donald, do you want to say something to ABL and everybody on the line that voted for you? Yes. So if you're able to take a look and bring up those pictures, I think you'll really like him because like he truly is. He takes down all the other cats here in the house. And he is just the absolute best. And he's sitting here on the bed looking at you right now. So I just wanted to send that out to y'all.
Well, shout out to Donald. I appreciate Donald for watching. And thank you for watching as well. Really, really appreciate you.
You're welcome. Go everybody. We are Americans. And you know what? My thing is, I'm in school right now. I'm in college, 52 in college doing algebra. Yay. But I just wanted to say is that I had to do something about DEI. That's one of the classes I had to take and stuff. And I was like, I was fuming the whole entire way because I'm like, you guys, what was the civil rights about? We have the EOE where we want people to recognize us for the quality of our work, not for the quality of what color, what sex, what religion. It's can you get the job done at the end of the day? So I'm glad that DEI is going away and that we can get back to on the merits of your skills. So everybody get off your phone from doing TikTok and do more of getting on your phone. Like ABL said, go read, go learn a new skill, and we can all be better. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for the call. Definitely appreciate you. All right. Shout out to her. Great call. And shout out to Donald the Cat checking the show out. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. The number to call, 434-658-1220. I appreciate y'all for being here. All right, James, what's happening?
I just wanted to call and tell you all very congratulations from Russia for Donald Trump.
Good accent, man.
It always cracked me up watching Lilo and Stitch, and for some reason the guy that made Stitch has some inexplicable Russian accent. Congratulations to everybody in the States. Woo! Finally.
Definitely, man. Like, what was it like? How was it over there where you are in Japan? Like, are people watching the inauguration? Are they into it? Is it a thing that people do?
Yes, because so much of politics here revolves around like American politics. Now, the guy that has been the ambassador here for years has been a really hard leftist. And so you get he's pushing politics in the newspaper, and he's been trying to get, all the Japanese. I mean, it really does feel like the 51st state over here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's not bad either when you get something like this happening.
Right.
But you do have a lot of people who are, just like in the States, completely brainwashed by what's been going on. So, they see Japanese newspapers, which are basically a copy of CNN. And I remember my mother-in-law and my father-in-law just really paying attention to the American side of news, but you don't really get like Fox or anything over here. You get CNN and the BBC, and that's it. And even if it's the Japanese news, it's a copy of what they've said there. So newspapers, the same thing. But then you have this whole other swath of the population that is just like, we were sitting out in the bar the other night after a rugby game, and the guys were like, "Hey, James, who'd you vote for?" And then everybody started high-fiving as soon as I said who I voted for. Everybody was like, Trump, yeah. And so, I mean, you get kind of half and half, just like every place else. But
of course.
Yeah, it's good. What'd you think of his executive orders?
Oh, I'm loving them. I'm loving all of them so far. I mean, it's right on point with what I thought he would do. Like, okay, the J6ers and affirmative action, these are good things for the nation going forward. Some are going to hate, of course, but it's okay. It's okay. They just don't know what's good for them quite yet.
Yeah. I have a feeling that I think somebody said the other day, it's probably on PBD or someplace, but Trump's like just full going to come out and release all the CIA files, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, man, that's gonna be real trouble, because there are people in the CIA who still, like, even if they disband it, the guys who lose power are not going to be real happy about that, right? Do you know who Mike Benz is?
I've heard that name, but I don't really know what that is.
Yeah. So everybody look him up. He's one of these guys who just, like, you get him, they have interviews with him, like Joe Rogan interviewed him, and I'd seen him before that. His own channel is, he's one of these kind of photographic memory Asperger kind of guys like Elon is.
Yeah.
And so he just starts going and just won't stop. It's just steamrolling. I mean, I know I'm a little, I realize I'm like that myself, but still nowhere near that stratospheric, intelligence. But it's crazy to listen to these guys talk about, like, the history of the CIA, what these things are doing and everything, and what their purpose was and why they were doing certain things. And Trump coming in and saying he's going to just release it all seems like a crazy thing to say. And somebody on PBD said, well, he's had his brush with death. So, what's the point in not releasing it now? He feels like he's on a mission from God. He's like the Blues Brothers.
I mean, I don't blame him, because, I mean, really, like, the bullet, I don't even know. You can only say it was an act of God. It was divine intervention. The bullet was aimed directly at the center of his head. If he doesn't shift a little bit, what did they say?
So weird.
Yeah, millimeter miracle. That's what it was.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because if he releases all those other files, I know there's a file on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So certainly he's going to be looking right into that. A couple of other things I wanted to jump on. I know you've got a long list of callers tonight, but I hadn't talked to you in such a long time. I was looking forward to this. Do you have any opinion on not just like his executive orders, but the things that he has set aside for Doge and Stargate, all these other, I know Alien and everybody on here is going to be like, yeah, Stargate, we're going to Mars and all this kind of stuff. By the way, the thing with Elon, that was, if you've ever watched like Ben-Hur or any other Roman movie, it's a Roman salute. And it is very specific because there's going this thing going around X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that kind of renewing the Roman government and the number of times that people have been saying, well, how many times do men think about the Roman Empire, that kind of whole thing. And he does have Asperger's. And so like when he's pensive and when he's like in the zone, he can just sit there and think before he speaks. But past that, he gets really excited and you can tell he starts having little quirks and stuff. And one of them is just kind of doing stuff off the cuff. And that was one of his things. But that's what he was referring to. And of course, AOC, everybody, they all know what he's doing, but they want to sow division because they're like, oh, well, Trump's won now. We have to make everybody who's on our side hate him all the more and absolutely ensure that no matter what comes up, that the sheep, the people who have one of the callers said earlier, no ability for introspection, to sit there. They're just so, they lack self-awareness. So when somebody says, oh yeah, he did the salute, all the other times any Democrats done it, like you said, they're not going to even, we wouldn't do that. Anyway. So what were your thoughts on all of his other stuff? Not the executive orders, but kind of his other policy agendas?
I don't know all of them yet. I've not gone through everything that he has signed because it's been quite a few things. But from what I've seen so far, I like it.
Tariffs and such?
Like I said, I've not seen everything. I don't know all of what's in the tariffs. So from what I've seen so far, I like.
Yeah, I think the tariffs are a lot of the Japanese folks over here. Somebody says Yoda is creeping me out. Yeah, that's my secretary. It's a puppet. I made that for a fan film a couple years back. Anyway, yeah. Oh shoot! Now I'm off my. Yeah, somebody's come in. Somebody's come in. Somebody's at my door. I gotta go. Right. It's business as usual. Lunchtime's over. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you as always.
All right, man. I'll see you.
All right, shout out to my man James out there in Japan. And shout out to you guys for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Yeah, I got to go through all the EOs because he signed quite a few of those. I don't know everything that he signed, so I can't really comment on everything. But from what I've seen, I like. All right, let's go to 262. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's going on, ABL?
Ain't too much, man. What's happening?
Hey. Not much, man. I got a couple of things to talk about. Number one, the pardons. You know, everybody's tripping about the pardons and all that. And, you know, I go ahead and I look at it like this, you know, like it's collateral pardons, you know, so, like 10% of them did beat up cops or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? And able to get the innocent ones out, you have to pardon them all, right? So it's just collateral.
Well, I don't know who did what to who. So I don't know too much about that, but I do know that you got a lot of people who were pardoned. Like people always get pardoned. I mean, we're talking about pardons like this dude, Joe Biden. I think the allegations against the people that Trump pardoned are a lot less severe than the allegations against those who Biden pardoned. You're talking about one guy had some type of child abuse or something crazy, like some kind of child sex crime, allegedly. It was a lot of stuff. And what Biden did was preemptively pardon people who have not been charged with a crime, like Anthony Fauci. So it's like, how you do that? Like, how you say you got to get out of jail free card? So I think in the greater scheme of things, when you look at it, Biden set the precedent. So if Biden did those pardons and it was cool and the media didn't have a real problem with it, then what Trump should do shouldn't be a problem because it was a lot less severe than what Biden did.
Right. Exactly. However, they're like saying that, Republicans are against the ones that beat up the cops and stuff like that. And it's like, that's probably like 10%, but the other like 90%, like they didn't do nothing, man. They just, like grandmas just walking in, taking pictures and stuff. And they didn't really do anything wrong. So why go ahead and let them go ahead and be all arrested and have these charges and all this? It's able to go ahead and make sure that innocent ones get out. You just have to just do a massive pardon for them all, to go and get the innocent ones out.
Yeah, and really, for real, it was just they were political prisoners, because even some of the things that they were charged with, assault, stuff like that. I know guys that had shot their pistol and hit people and didn't have as much time as what the J6ers have had. So it was just they were political prisoners. They were being held because of what the government, deep state, whatever you want to call it, they were being held because they wanted to send a message, because they keep talking about it all the time on television. That's all that it was. Right.
Yeah, and then on the flip side of that, the other executive order he did with the cartels, like deeming them like a
terrorist organization.
Terrorists.
Yeah.
Yep. That I've been saying that for years, for decades, man. Like we should have been going after them. Like they've been the type of stuff that they do, like, and it directly affects our people in our country. They've been doing that for years, like decades. We should have been went after them. And now, not a lot of people are talking about that, but I think that's a huge thing right there.
Yeah, that is pretty big. We should have done that a long time ago, because you're talking about some very, very, very dangerous individuals right across the border from us.
Right. That affects us directly. Like I've heard stories that they're like embedded in like the cities here in the United States. Like they got their own little like groups and stuff that are like kind of embedded here.
Oh yeah, they're here for sure.
Like,
yeah, they're all they're in every state. They're all over Alaska, Hawaii. They're everywhere.
Right. Yeah. We should have been done that, but those are the two big things that nobody's really directly talking about. You know what I mean? Like, but those should be, especially that terrorist thing, like the terrorist cartels. That's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
Anyways, my name's the Average Joe. I know you go ahead and give me shout outs all the time. I'm always shooting out the messages on there. So.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, man. All right, you have a good one.
Same to you.
Yep.
All right, shout out to the caller. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's go to 504 to the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, it's Alien Spaceship.
All righty, man. What's going on?
All right, and I want to say shout out to you and all the callers. It has been an amazing show. You've been doing excellent as always, and you've been making some excellent points during the show about these very ridiculous things of the left. And I, as everybody knows, I'm very religious, and I think that specific bishop, which is very strange to me to see that, and she was basically exposed herself in the agenda of the left. They basically wanted the migrants in here, in my opinion, not to have them to be given citizenship like immigrants of the past, but to make them as like slave labor.
100% correct, because they always talk about, they're here doing these jobs. It's like, well, okay, that's the whole purpose. You want them to be here to work these undesirable, quote unquote, and low paid jobs. That's the only reason. You don't really care about them beyond that.
Right. And your coverage of the inauguration was excellent, and it was nice seeing the different, the former presidents and everybody coming in and coming together in spite of what they feel for each other. I think it's good to be civil, and his speech was excellent, and Carrie Underwood was great. And yeah, it is interesting to see Obama by himself, and it is I wonder myself what is going on there.
Yeah, I mean, it appears to be something because, I mean, there's got to be some kind of explanation. It's like, why would you not go to that event? It's weird. And then the thing about it is she went to the previous one, so why not this one?
Exactly. And I think that it is good that he gets along with Trump, and he seems very happy when he talks to him, and I'm glad that in spite of the politics, they can get along somehow. Yeah,
definitely. It's always a good thing. I mean, we can disagree, have different political opinions, but we could be cordial when it comes time for it. So that's always a good thing.
Excellent. Yes. And, in other countries, like over North Korea and all those other places, they don't have that type of comradeship because they always are trying to destroy each other to get to the top.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. And it's like a bunch of animals, like the way they act, these other countries. And I'm not talking about a race or anything if people get confused with that. I'm talking about, like, say Russia or these different places, or the communist Russia, where they kept on like deleting each other, and like a bunch of those shows like the lions eating each other and stuff. But over here, we have a civilized way of, handling things.
Absolutely. That's the key word. We're more civilized over here. And, when people just adhere to that and they stick to it, we're better as a nation for it. When we begin to devolve and get uncivilized, that's when you start to have a lot more problems.
Exactly. And I think that basically with Antifa and BLM, they were going down that path of destruction and bringing us into something like that.
Right. Of course.
Also, Trump has shut down the border, as you showed. And also, like you were saying, in Mexico, whatever they're doing over there, it will be brought up into here.
Right. Exactly. So the border got to get shut down. That was the top. Really, that was one of my, if not the top issue, was the border and the migrant crisis. So I'm glad he was able to address that instantly.
Right. And also to see the success you had, and all the things you went through. And, as the saying goes, that hard times make strong men.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And basically, like in my own streams, people see, like my family members will see how I talk and stuff, but it's like, I'm just being regular. Like, it doesn't like necessarily mean anything. I learned a lot from you, many things from you, and how you did things and other streamers. I'm thankful for that. And also, I applied myself, and it's just being a regular person. You don't have to have like a Harvard education to be like that.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's hard work, dedication, and just be motivated to do something. That's all it is. You don't have to be some type of spectacular, amazing, Elon Musk level of genius. You could do a lot within yourself. People don't really realize just how resilient and intuitive. They don't understand what they have within inside of them.
Yeah, and also, I think that Melania and Trump, they looked excellent, and I loved her hat.
Yeah, definitely. The hat was amazing. They look great together as always. And, she, a fashion icon, been a fashion icon for a long time. So they look amazing together.
Yeah, I am really glad that he's back in and he's roasting the news, and he also did it in a correct way.
Absolutely.
Yep. Also, I'll tell you something interesting about my weather. So the other day it snowed here, and it's the highest snow that New Orleans has ever had. And like, I remember it was the night before. I'm like, I'm not seeing any snow. Then I wake up and it's like there's like piles of it, and it's really blowing, and it's everywhere. It was like being up north somewhere. Yeah,
that's crazy. I've been seeing some of this stuff. It's like really snow in New Orleans. Like you would never think that would happen. Like I don't think I've ever seen snow there.
Right. And you see, in 2008, it snowed, and like I was at my school at the time, and like the principal and the other like seniors, they took a picture, and it snowed not as much as this time, but it snowed that time. And also when I was a kid in 2004, it snowed, but so it happens very rarely over like a course of 10, 15 years or so. But man, this time it really was epic. And I went live on my phone in the yard and showed my subscribers and took videos of it. And I made an alien pirate snowman.
Oh, wow. That sounds funny.
Yeah. And I'm trying like not to slip, but yeah, it looks like a winter wonderland. It's very interesting, but also I could see in some ways it's like tedious because there's like people that are in it all the time. Yes. Cause it's kind of slippery.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of snow because it's pretty to look at. It's nice. You can, especially when you were a kid, you can have snowball fights. Even as an adult, go out there and throw the snowballs. But when they come time to get on that road and start to drive, now we got a problem.
Exactly. And now I've misplaced my gloves, so when I was out there, they were telling me about to be careful with my hands because it was like they're getting really cold. But yes, I have to go invest in some gloves for the winter.
Yeah, you definitely gonna need that.
Yeah. Also, I'll tell you, so yeah, shout out to James. He's a good caller. And I'll tell you my name. So it comes from a German fairy tale, Hansel, from Hansel and Gretel.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, my grandma named me on my mom's side.
Okay, shout out to grandma.
Yeah, okay. Okay, ABL, that's all I have to say. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
All right, shout out to my man, Alien Spaceship. I think that will be a wrap for me. I'll be back, of course, live again on Saturday, same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to y'all for being here. Thank you for being here tonight and also on Monday night for the inauguration. Well, what was that? Monday, the whole day, basically, 8 hours. That was wild. You know, and I kind of felt that was going to be a long stream like that. Like at a certain point, I was like, well, we got past the first speech, the swearing in, then we got past the other remarks. Then it's time for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Before you know it, it's about to be dark. Well, actually, it was dark. It started off in the morning. I was done. It was dark. I did get my pad thai. It was amazing. I had to pace myself. I was like, man, if I don't slowly eat this, I'm going to hurt myself. Because really, I had pad thai, 2 spring rolls. I could have inhaled it in one bite. I was so hungry. But luckily tonight I had my food already. I'm nice and nourished, so I'm not going to be about to die of dehydration or hunger. But shout out to you guys for being here. Appreciate y'all for joining again. I'll be back live again on Saturday, same bat time, same bat place, 8 to 11. But I'm here every day putting out pre-recorded content. And we got the Orange Man back. It's going to be a lot to talk about. We got tariffs. We got EOs in general. We got the mainstream media acting the fool. People in general wanting to do all kind of crazy things. So we're going to have a lot of content. And of course, Uncle ABL is still there. I got a video I'm going to respond to immediately. I'm going to record it tomorrow. And this video is, what's the video about? It's from Jubilee. I think somebody said Jubilee earlier. This one is about fat versus fit. I'm not making that up. Fat versus fit. Can I pull that up right quick? I don't got time. But it's going to be fat versus fit. I'm going to respond to that. And the purpose of responding to it is to educate people about how to eat, what to eat, how to eat well, how to eat a good diet without breaking your bank. Because when I had the least amount of money, listen, I had probably the best diet when I made $18,000 in a year. In one whole year, $18,000. 1 month, I made $700 in a year back in like, I don't know, I might have been like 28, 29. Okay, and I had an apartment and a car at the time. I had to sell the car, and I was still able to eat well. So people talking about, oh, it's expensive. No, it's not. I'm in the hood with no money, no car, and I ate well. Okay, you got to know what to do. But I'll talk about that when I record that video on Uncle ABL. So if you're interested, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed already to the channel. Also, y'all, please follow me on my social media platforms, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X. Maybe I will one day. And also TikTok. And of course, I'm on Rumble. Follow me everywhere. All my links will be in the chat and everywhere else. In the box, in the box. All right. I pretty much got everybody on Super Chats too. That's perfect. So thank you all for supporting the show through the Super Chat. Thank you all for watching, retweeting, Super Chatting. I most certainly appreciate you. I couldn't do the show without you. Thank you to everybody for keeping them. Thank you to the mods keeping the trolls in check. I could not do this show without y'all. All righty, so that's about a wrap for me. Until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.